How's everybody doing? Tonight we're going to be starting part 2 of our Sonic Unleashed 100% journey. Now you may be wondering, what do you mean by part 2? Because this says session 1 for the stream title. Now, bear with me here for a second. On Tuesday, we have started playing through all Sonic Unleashed here for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. This is the most well-known version of Sonic Unleashed, but there was technically another version of the game for the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo Wii, which is entirely different. And people have coined this version Sonic Unwiished because the Wii name, very different game, rolls off the tongue. So it is an entirely different adventure, even though the story and the characters are the same, the levels are entirely different. So on Tuesdays, as of right now, we are focusing on the HD version of Sonic Unleashed to 100% complete. This is a version I have played multiple times over the years, but for Thursdays, we're playing the Wii version specifically for the SD version. We're playing this copy, as everyone's coined it, and I'm just going to be saying it going forward, Sonic Unwiished. But I've never beaten this version. And you may be wondering, what? You never beaten? Didn't you make like videos on this back when you first started YouTube? If you remember that, you're one of the OGs. Your gray hairs are probably coming out just as bad as mine. But yes, I actually have played this version before, but I've never actually beaten it. I've downloaded a 100% save, and I've just played some of the day stages here and there, and sampled some of the night stages, but I've never done a full playthrough of the Wii version, and that's what we're going to be doing starting tonight. And we're going for everything, which the Wii version here is a different beast for 100%. There's not nearly as much to do in this version compared to the HD version of Sonic Unleashed. This version has a lot more content, more Sun and Moon medals, side quests for characters in the hub, extra stages. That is not the case with the Wii version. There are similar things in this version to collect, so there are still Sun and Moon medals, and there are still some side levels for us to play, but they're formatted very differently, and even the main collectibles for levels, the secret items, are vastly different in this version too, so I am in for a treat. And yeah, let's just say that this is going to be an interesting playthrough. So without any further ado, let's jump into the actual game itself. I am playing this on original hardware, but I am going to be playing it through a USB loader. Yes, I do have a physical disc here. You can even see I left it in the clamshell itself, which this was during the era for third-party games where they just kind of did not care too much about how the disc looked. So you got nice art on it, but it's not colored compared to, say, like the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. Yeah, they put in effort. It actually is a full color disc and everything, but not for the Wii PS2 version. Well, at least Wii version, I can't say about PS2. I've only played the Wii one. And from my understanding, don't bother playing the PlayStation 2 version. It's the same, but graphically worse and longer loading. So I'll just play it on Wii. But I'm playing it mainly through a USB loader just for convenience sake. And I do have some deflicker mods applied to it so it just looks cleaner. That's about it. So, nothing really too crazy here. So, without any further ado, let's do this. Hey Matt, how you doing? So I will be mentioning the controller of choice for this. The game will let you know. It's the classic controller. Now, there are 3 controller options for this game. I'm going to be sticking with at least the classic controller to start. I might try playing a little bit with the GameCube controller later, although I went back and played a little bit of this game earlier today to see what was different in the controller options. I don't like the GameCube controller for this game. Werehog combat is all revolved around the triggers, which is a little uncomfortable after a while, compared to just having it all on the face buttons for a classic controller. Don't even get me started about Wiimote Nunchuck, that's a supported thing, but this is the gameplay for a good chunk of Sonic Unleashed when you're playing motion, so it's either 2 standard controllers, and I'm picking the classic controller for this. Sega. So we immediately get to start off with the opening FMV cutscene. We just jump right in the story for this. We don't even get a title screen before we get to the intro. This intro doesn't play on the file, if I remember correctly, so it just plays here. So I'll just let it play out now. It's the same intro as the HD version of the game, just way more compressed. Very, very heavy compression here. So if you're playing standard def and high def side by side, like myself right now, yeah, you'll notice a difference. Back in the day on like a older CRT TV, you don't really see a difference. Even if you play this on HD TV, it's a little harder to notice the detail when you're sitting like 20 feet away. I'm sitting, what is this, like 3 tops? So yeah, it's not doing the cutscene any justice for me. RJ, sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully tomorrow will be a better one for your sake. Just for at least tonight's sake, hopefully we get to just chill out here, watching Unwiished. Now, if I remember correctly, on the PS2 version, this looks way worse because, again, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed did not support widescreen. So this cutscene would be letterboxed, so it'll still play in widescreen, but the console doesn't output in widescreen. There's no widescreen option in the game. So it'd just be like this super small window on your TV. It'd be really hard to notice what's going on. I don't understand why the PS2 version does not support widescreen when the Wii version does, of all things. It's in the code for the game, and I believe the PS2 port of Sonic Unleashed, it is an actual port of the Wii version. So if that's the case, it's probably in the game files. But I have no idea what happened there. Oh well. Again, in my opinion, unless that's the only version you have, no reason to go back and play the PS2 version over the Wii one of these two. Just because it just doesn't make as much sense. Although it's probably in more people's hands with how successful the PS2 was. I will say, and we'll notice this for a lot of these cutscenes, because most of the cutscenes in Sonic Unleashed are actually FMV cutscenes for the Wii PS2 version. They are very interesting looking compared to HD. So, if you're playing the Xbox version, that has a warmer color output. If you're playing the PlayStation version, it's a cooler color output. It doesn't do anything to signal, unlike the Xbox for some weird reason. I believe they based these cutscenes off of the game playing without the warmer color tint from the 360 version. Because now that I have access to Unleashed Recomp and I can just turn that setting on and off, I've compared, at least like the intro cutscene in Apotos, I've compared that cutscene between the Wii's output and then just the HD's output, like flip-flopping colors. And to me, it's been more in line with the cooler output for the Wii version here, not the warmer output of Xbox. There's just no lag in these cutscenes. This makes me think they were running all these cutscenes off a PC. For those of you unaware, and this is a very sad truth, this game would have got an actual official PC port back in the day. It's gonna happen. It just got scrapped. So my theory for these specific cutscenes in the game, like the intro and like the very end cutscene are full-blown cinematics. These are not part of this argument, but the actual in-game cutscenes are all just video files. I believe they recorded those off of the game being played on some kind of PC hardware, so they wouldn't have any slowdown or lag in the cutscenes. And that could have been our PC port we never got. It's a shame. Like, I don't know what happened internally, why exactly they could have canceled a PC port of Sonic Unleashed, but this was during the time where Sonic games were like a roller coaster in quality and in terms of sales. So at this stage, this is when Sega was trying to play it safe with the franchise, and they probably didn't want to risk another version of this game with how complicated the development of this was, with technically 3 versions. You got the Xbox PS3, which were the base game, the real version of the game they were developing. Then they made a completely different version for Wii PS2. It's a very downscale version of the game. They even got outside help for this. Dimps actually worked on this game, but only for the day stages. A lot of people don't know about that distinction. Dimps worked on the day stage levels here. Sega themselves, Sonic Team, worked on the rest of the game. All the night stuff is still Sonic Team. So that's version number 2. Version number 3, it's on one of these things. Not a smartphone though, like your old Nokia brick phones. There was a phone version of Sonic Unleashed, so they really went all out for whatever reason on this game. No one talks about the phone version, the Java port. It was just kind of there. But it exists, I guess. It's worth mentioning just for some background lore of the franchise. Again, really weird I got a phone version of any kind. It's, from what I understand, decent at best, really hard to play by today's standards. Also very short. Oh yeah, by the way, it's Dark Guy. He's revealed. Oh no, Eggman did a thing. Sonic's now hairier. See, I'm not going to be commenting too much on the story because I know the story. Again, I've played a lot of this game before on the 360 PS3. You want more of those kind of story takes, you come around for the HD version playthrough. This one, I'm going to be more commenting on the differences of this game's level design, because I haven't seen much of it. I've played some of these stages, but not all of them. And for proof, here it is. That game data too, that was a downloaded save off the internet. So this is not a real save file. It's just one I used to screw around the game over the years and just experience the levels. So we had to jump in raw, but at least we can tell we know what we're aiming for some of the stuff on 100% sake. There's an actual life count in this game that's entirely different to HD Sonic Unleashed, which we'll get into that whole problem later. There's a lot of problems I have with this version of the game that I don't know why exist, so we'll talk about it. But this game has a max life count of 14. You start with 2, and you gotta find them. It's not like standard collecting lives, they're an actual upgrade. So there's 14 lives in total we can upgrade. There's 103 sun medals and 71 moon medals. Other than that, standard old fare. We got some items to collect, stages to play. Let's get this started. First thing first, we can pick a Mii. I got a lot of weird Miis. I'll just go through the whole thing just so you can see. Why not? I'm not picking any of these. I'm just gonna pick my main Mii that I use on like all my stuff. Hey there, Ethan. How you doing? I forget like half of these Miis because a lot of these I just downloaded when the what was it called? It was that Mii channel that Nintendo had out back in the day when the Wii actually had online. A lot of these were just downloaded from the online service. And then these are the 4 default icons the game gives you. So you get Sonic, Chip, Tails, and Amy. Although, to me, the Amy icon looks like they could have ripped that out the 360 one, because her chin is a completely different color from Sonic. It's like, Sonic's more that skin color. Amy's more of that yellow color, so that tells me there's maybe like a warm color tint to her image. I don't know, man. I'm just picking my own character here. Also, yeah, don't delete the beat. Yeah, I got it. Thanks. So this is what we actually start with. 2 lives. Can't get any more than that right now. It's gonna suck early game. And no medals. Do this. Starting from scratch. Man, I forgot how much darker some of the cutscenes are in this one. I don't know why. Again, it's just how they recorded the game by comparison. Since all these cutscenes are HD versions graphics. But it's also not playing on a PS3 or a 360. This was, again, I'm assuming they used a PC to capture these cutscenes. And then they compressed them in the video files later. Because no way a Wii is running the game this good. I wish it could, but it can't. You okay, just tired? Yeah, I get that mood. Earlier, I was just looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, dude, it looks like someone knifed your eyes. Because I got some pretty bad bags under him. You can't see it with the tiny camera, but yeah, I can feel that energy of being tired.
Don't eat me. I taste bad.
Now you see, you have a lot of people when they played the 360 version of Sonic Unleashed, whether it be through a series console or with the PC version out with the recomp. They watch these cutscenes for the first time, like, oh my gosh, it plays in 60 frames. It's amazing. And I'm sitting over here like,
Monster guy?
I played the Wii version.
Like things have gotten pretty ugly.
And seeing at least this cutscene in the Wii version with no lag.
What's your name anyway?
Yes, I'm irrelevant. How about you?
Sonic.
It's like, I'm impressed they did this for the
You are?
older systems, but it really makes you think, maybe they should have tried re-rendering these and making them into video files for the HD systems too. Because of how laggy the HD systems were.
You forgot who you are?
Yup. I remember something falling from the sky. And everything just going all white. And then nothing. I can't remember a thing past that.
Uh-oh. Did I fall on him?
Oh man, what am I gonna do? What can I do? Where do I go from here? What'll I... I'm hungry.
Hey, don't worry.
Every time I watch this cutscene too, I didn't mention this when we saw it on Tuesday, but every time he gets to that part at the end where Chip's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, ooh, I'm hungry. It's like an instant move whiplash. And that right there just defines his character for the rest of this adventure, where he loves food. Alright, here we go. Ready for a mood whiplash on graphics? Take a look at Sonic. He looks so good. Very high detailed. Amazing model. Ah, what happened? Oh, sun blindness. Whoa, that's so bright. Ah, you're blue and spiky. You're all different now, Sonic. Sometimes you're scary and sometimes you're spiky. How cool is that? Alright then, let's go. This is gonna be fun. Adventure, here we come. Try to remember actions as we search the town. Okay. Kind of a story whiplash there immediately from, oh, whoa, what happened to Sonic? It got a little more chunky looking. This is how you can tell when you were playing the Wii version back in the day. It's like, what? Wow. I thought I was getting this on a Wii. No, I did not. Okay. Same game, different name? Nah, man, just different game, same name. Also, this is going to be a very painful beginning 30 minutes. If you thought HD Sonic Unleashed was slow, you have not played the Wii PS2 version. Because, yeah, they love tutorials, and it's a pretty painful start. We have to get through, I think it's like 5 tutorial missions before we even play Act 1. So we're going to be here a minute. This is what Sonic Unleashed should be on DS. Man, imagine if they got this working on DS. I've seen this like unofficial remake of some kind. I don't know what to classify it as, where someone was trying to make the game for a 3DS. And they got it to at least work for... Oh, that's right, it's the Y button for whatever reason, drift. They got Windmill Isle Act 1, the tutorial stage, to work on a 3DS, which is impressive. I don't know how much more they can get done after that, but it's still very impressive. Hey, Super Spire, how you doing? Play the PS2 Wii version. Nice. Yeah, again, for people coming in a little bit later now, this is my first time fully playing this version. I've only played chunks of this release of Unleashed, as I've mainly played the PS3 360 one over the years. Yes, I know how this works. At least I've played enough so I know the base mechanics here, Chip, so thanks, I'm good. Homing attack works different in this. You have action chains. Get more chained action points, it gives you more boost. And the boost in this is a whole other can of worms, too. Which we'll be getting into when we get to that tutorial. Should be soon. That is true, Matt. Yes, the medals are rewarded based on your rank in stages, so we aren't going to be going for everything in this. It's kind of the point of a 100% journey. But if we actually want to progress the story, we do want to get some S ranks for medals.
There are rings up
Higher the
ahead.
rank, the better the
Try and
medals.
get them, Sonic. Did you see how grabbing once it's full?
Yeah, so I'm going to just let you go so I can boost. Boosting in this is weird, because this is the only boost formula Sonic game I can think of where you have segmented boosting. And what that means is that you boost, then he stops, then you press the button again, and then he boosts again. It's not exactly the same as other boost formula games. The control in this is entirely different. It takes time to get used to.
Press the Y button to slide.
Hey Marley, how you doing?
You can slip through some pretty narrow spots.
Oh, you read this in a... Why'd you read this in a ooh voice? Because I'm Unwiished? That's a first. Welcome to our Sonic Unwiished 100% stream. Like, that's how you try to read it. I think I just gave someone click fuel right there for a clip. I don't even know.
Press the L button.
Alright, so quick step, thankfully that's the same compared to other Sonic games. Like, quick stepping here is thankfully not really that different. I will say, playing SD and HD versions of this game side by side, I don't like this version for controls. I think Daytime Sonic controls like a tank, and Werehog Sonic is a little too slow with barely any combat variety. You really have to work for the leveling up system to actually do stuff for Werehog in this one. So it's like, not bad. I like the level design here. The level design's great. The controls are gonna take some time to get used to. Case in point. Nice, Sonic. Nice. Thankfully, I have learned some tricks that make controlling this Sonic a little bit easier. I did actually watch a speed run of this version of Sonic Unleashed, at least for the day stuff. Did he not seriously grab the item? Okay, I guess we're already redoing the stage. We literally just started, and he already missed something. Impressive. I watched a speedrun of at least like the day stuff to get an idea of how to control Sonic better, because jumping back in just to research some of the stuff that's different in this version, yeah, I wasn't really clicking with this Sonic after just playing so much of HD Unleashed, Sonic Generations, and Shadow Generations, Sonic Forces, even Sonic Lost World when you use Super Sonic. Control is entirely different, yet in some ways better. So this one has a little bit of a learning curve. But just keep in mind, for better control, let go of the analog stick every once in a while. That'll make a pretty big difference. I don't know if I like that wording of get chaining, because it just sounds kind of weird to me. I think I got all the items here. I do have some guides on standby like I do with the HD stuff that we're doing on Tuesdays, so I can at least keep track. Like, this has 3 items and we got all 3 of them. So we're good here. I will make notes if we miss something, but thankfully the game does a good enough job telling you what the collectibles are in a secret menu. So I should be okay there, because I'm going to miss a lot of stuff. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't expect to get everything in these levels, because it's, again, I've never played a lot of them before. But I will need all of these secret items, so it's going to be a long venture. This is your preferred level structure once you get past the tutorial stuff. Yeah, the tutorials in this are just pain. There's way too many tutorials that break the pace in the early game. Once you're like, what, an hour or so in, they slow down with tutorials, so it's not as bad.
Is this what you usually look like?
I will say, I'm on the utter spectrum of I just like HD Eggman Land more than this, but that's also because I just like the controls way more in HD. And I'm honestly one of the people who actually likes that stage period. Yeah, it's hard, but I really like a lot of the challenge it has.
Looks good, don't it?
Plus, I love the idea of mixing day and night gameplay on one stage. This version is segmented, so they break them up into different levels, which in some ways is better.
Hey!
And yeah, there's no Empire City in this. There's also no Mazuri levels. There's just a boss fight.
Chocolate chip.
So they do cut out some stuff from the HD versions. I don't know why with the Mazuri content. That one I can't say. Empire City, I can probably give you a good idea of why. That entire area is a waste of time. Like, there's literally no reason you go to Empire City story-wise, so it makes sense why they cut it, because it has nothing to do with the plot. But Mazuri does, so I don't know why they cut that area. All you have is a temple and a boss. That's it. It's a very bare-bones area.
Gotta call you something, don't I? What do you think?
Yeah, Chip. Chip.
Man,
I love it. Yo,
they really
what are you
blew out
saying?
this cutscene's
Asking
lighting, because
around.
Sonic is extremely blue.
Okay.
And some shots, the sidewalk has no real detail. It's just a white blob. That's where lighting can just be a little too strong. So if you ever want to play a visual novel for a Sonic game, yeah, here you go. Hubs are still in this like the HD version, but they are now very, very different. It's, in a sense, a downgrade, but also an upgrade. Depends on who you ask. Instead of walking around, we have ourselves character interactions that are like a visual novel. And I will have to talk to a lot of these people because they will have some secret items for me to collect. So I will have to check in every once in a while to the people here in the hubs. Not as often for the HD version, though. If that says new, then I know they interact. Ship portions in the hub make you laugh. I will say some of the art in this is kind of goofy. I don't blame you for thinking that. Okay, no one's here. Sometimes you just get a dead end area, which is like, okay, sure. So come back later. Alright, so this guy's talking about the shrine, and that should be our Gaia temple we gotta go to. Or at least the first stage. Yeah, way too busy for that. No, I gotta go. Wait, where are we going? Yeah, it's technically that gate right behind the guy. I know, I've been there. Just a couple days ago. Thanks for asking. Here we go, Sacred Shrine. That should be our Gaia temple, right? Okay, so Chip found something, picked it up. Some kind of metal with a symbol of a blazing sun. So he just randomly found a sun medal on the street. Okay, that's not a sun medal, that's a sun tablet. What? That's even more important. Man, someone was a little careless if they dropped that. So this is a whole new area that was made for this version. This does not exist on
This is
HD.
kinda spooky, huh, Sonic? If it was just me, I'd be too scared to go in.
Well, too bad. I'm here. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute just to listen to the music. Because the biggest sin, and I've said this so many times over the years, but the biggest sin that this HD version of Sonic Unleashed does in general, it does not play this theme for long at all. It's in one cutscene in the game, plays for like 10 seconds, you never hear it again. The Gaia Temple theme is one of the best songs in the game that's never used in HD. It is so beautiful. I really don't understand why this does not play more often in HD. It's a crime, man.
That door's glowing, Sonic. Maybe that means it'll open now. Let's go.
I don't know
see.
why these are a cutscene only for HD, but it's a full hub in Unleashed. Like, that's a thing that always confused me. Because this would have been a perfect idea for a game that has hub worlds anyways. So why is it only in just the standard Fs? It's beyond me.
Here we
Okay, nice. I got the first start. You want to do a little first start there in the beginning, and that's just basically hitting the boost button right as the game says go. Kind of think of it as like a fast start in like Mario Kart. Because if you do that just right, you get a full boost meter. This is extremely important. Nice. Nice. You know what? Just reset. No, don't return to village. I will say the menus have a little bit of a delay on them, so I'm not used to that. There's a lot of things I'll say I'm not used to because of just playing HD for so long. It's so much different.
Here we go.
I also forgot you can fail the first boost, so he just trips. That's his normal tripping, but if you fail the first boost, it's worse. And you can't snake in this to build up boosts like you can in the HD versions, or like Sonic Generations. That would have been nice. Now, I wonder something. This is just for my sake. I got a secret item. Let's restart the stage. In the HD version, if you collected medals or any of the main collectibles like a book, music, tapes, they do save when you reset. So you don't have to collect them again. I don't know if that's the case in this version. So, this is just for science. Alright, let's find out. Is it here? It is. That's different, and I don't like that difference. Ooh, it's gonna make getting these items a lot harder. So I have to grab them and then beat the stage to have that save. 1+ for HD, I guess. So I'm just gonna run through these stages normally. I think we're gonna have a revisit on so many of these stages later on to get these secret items. Since I don't know where they're at, I'm not gonna take too much time in the beginning to search. We may go out of our way here and there for like a night stage, but maybe not for a day. Because I think for the first run, I should be more focused on medals, which means get a better score. And then second run through later could be hunting for items. Got it. Okay, thought I was gonna miss that secret item. Did not. I hope you're used to hearing Sonic go like that. You're gonna hear him go almost every couple seconds, since the boost does not continue.
This is Sonic. Something huge is chasing us. Dodge when it charges.
Thankfully, I have to ban myself from the beginning portion of the HD version, since we're doing a challenge run there. But here, if I know of a certain glitch or technique, everything's free game.
We've switched places.
And thankfully, one of the glitches that's the same between versions is quick sidestepping. For whatever reason, that exists in this version too. I don't know how a glitch was cross-compatible, but they found a way. So, quick sidestepping, or I think it's quick slide step, technically, QSS. If I hold down the slide button and I just do some sidestepping, I get more speed over time. It's a very weird thing. It works way different in this version, so a lot harder to pull off in my opinion, but it's here. It kind of makes these chaser sections kind of a joke. And when you're just running straight, what else am I gonna do? Like, there's literally nothing. I'm holding up. That's it. Gameplay. The chaser sections are, yeah, if I can do anything faster, I probably should. Because it takes 5 years to finish them. Let me catch up on chat. When playing the level, it's gonna be hard to focus a bit. Yeah, at this era, you guys are right on that looking back at chat. Like, this is during a time where we got a lot of games that had the same name, but they were entirely different on consoles. So we saw a lot of games take a lot more creative freedom in this era of gaming. Nowadays, hardware is so similar, we don't see stuff like this anymore. Which in some ways is good, some ways is bad. Alright, so we got illustration 4, document 17, document 20, illustration 32. That's all light items here. Perfect. Yes, I'll continue playing. It's gonna ask that every time. Yeah, the double boost failure is a callback to this first boost. It might be, actually, yeah. You're not wrong. Not wrong there, Marley.
Here we
I hit the A button instinctively to jump. That is not the jump button on this version. It is B. That's just Xbox brain taking over. I don't think this has any items, so I can probably just get the rings and be fine. I did not mean to fall. My finger slipped. Just go up. It's like 10 rings. I do believe, when we're talking about some cross-compatible glitches, I believe M-Speed and D-Speed is kind of in this game. And what I mean by kind of is, from what I understand, they found like an equivalent of it for passing. Because every once in a while, I'll just load up a video on YouTube just to watch someone just do like a speed run of this game. Whether it be SD or HD, they're both fantastic to watch. And every once in a while, I might see a task of the Wii game, and they're going super fast in the air. It's like, okay, maybe they found that speed tech, because apparently it's not supposed to be in this version. Oh, I failed a quick time. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Take the bottom path? Don't mind if I do. Because rings down here. Doesn't matter. Okay, random tablet fragment for collecting rings, sure. This game is a lot more mission-focused compared to HD. It's very similar to Sonic and the Secret Rings, I would say. If you played that, which was a year prior to this game on Wii, you'll have a familiarity with the mission structure in SD Unleashed.
Maybe your memory will come back on its own. Remember anything yet?
Nope.
Oh well.
Yeah, you're correct on that one, Marley. There's a lot of DNA here in Sonic Unleashed that is still in the boost formula to this day. Especially when you come down to the core controls. HD version specifically, Sonic Unleashed, has been the blueprint for them since 2008. And this engine is still being used today. Hedgehog Engine 1 was used all the way up through Sonic Lost World. Then they modified it starting with Sonic Forces, and now it's just Hedgehog Engine 2. But it's still based off of this game. It's still extremely DNA focused from Sonic Unleashed. And we're still using Hedgehog Engine 2 in current games.
Who sees me like this?
Sonic, look!
What is it?
Oh, it's hopeless. The whole planet is split apart. We're doomed.
Oh yeah, this part's gonna make almost no sense now.
Hey,
When people are depressed like this, we don't heal them in the same way as we do in the HD version, so you may just stay depressed for a whole adventure. I'm just saying, buddy. I don't have a camera here. That's an alternate timeline.
Sonic, your arm just stretched.
Weird.
Yeah, we are in a very strange timeline right now, Marley. I don't think Sega themselves acknowledged the recomp version of Unleashed on PC, but I know at least some voice actors have acknowledged it and even been playing it. What was it, like the Japanese voice for Sonic, I think, was one of the people who were playing it on a stream and acknowledged it exists. It's like, it's weird, we're in a very interesting timeline, and it's getting people more excited for Sonic Unleashed again, that we have a new version. Official, unofficial. It don't matter to us, because we got a good version of the game. Oh, I forgot about that phrase. It's just like, you're gonna get lockjaw by staying like that, dude. I think there's still no one in the alley. I wouldn't be surprised if we talked to our priest friend here again. He still is like, yeah, go back to temple. Is that one, I can't remember her name, but that one lady that's here that gives you the quizzes, I don't think she's in the town right now for the Wii version. I don't remember her name. I don't remember like most of these NPCs' names. I remember Boss because that's such a generic name. I think the load screen was attached to Sega post the other day after the decomp gained traction. That'd be interesting if that was the case. Again, there's a lot of talk for Sonic Unleashed right now because of the PC version. Sega would be smart to capitalize on the popularity of Sonic Unleashed right now in some fashion. I don't know what they could do because they're so focused on the Crossworlds game, the racer. So it wouldn't see anything now. And I think rumors are the next proper remaster they're doing could be Sonic Heroes. But I take a lot of those with a grain of salt, because I think it's from the same people who told us we were getting Adventure remasters, and that accounted to nothing.
Huh? Hey, you're back to Nice Guy Sonic again.
Like, all they gotta do for a port of Sonic Unleashed from the HD version is just clean it up a bit. And maybe just fix some of the leveling up for people and the medals. Like, it's not much I gotta do. And Sega's known for bare bones ports, so again, there's not much they have to do.
That door's glowing, Sonic. Maybe that means it'll open now. Let's go see.
Nice. So the Gaia Temples, for the most part, you're playing in these as daytime Sonic. But if you're going to certain areas, then you transform like this into a werehog.
You're looking all scary again. Don't you get tired of switching all the time?
He says as I switch right in front of Chip's face. Because right here, for whatever reason, that's a trigger. Like, okay, sure. You couldn't just let me walk forward. And then during the loading screen, I just transform at that point. Like, I don't know, man. Transforming in the hub just to go into a loading screen kind of feels a little redundant. I'm just saying. Oh, great. A jump tutorial. It's not like I had one of these before.
Press the B button to jump.
Yeah, so jump once, jump again. There you go. There's your tutorial. What is this? Expert level design? Wait a minute. I downloaded the Sonic Unleashed DLC. There's spikes everywhere. This was still during the era where Sega's fascination with difficulty has just crammed the level with a bunch of spikes. They stopped doing that after Unleashed. Thank God. Hard doesn't mean give us a crap ton of spikes. Stop doing that. Here's our level stats, by the way. A very different formula. It's supposed to be somewhat better than the HD version. Again, it's subjective. I prefer how HD does it because you can level individual stats. This one's an all or nothing. So, I believe you're mainly just leveling up combat. I don't think there's anything else you level up for the most part outside of, like, your bar down below, which is just health and Unleashed. There's like 3 things, that's it.
If a ledge looks climbable...
I like how Chip said, grab it with your arms. He didn't say what button. He's supposed to say what button. Come on, Chip, you're failing me. R button for me, because I'm on classic controller.
You should be able to reach that horizontal pole. You can climb up and down.
Little bit more clunky on the climbing, I would say, in this version. Again, there's a lot of things I will have to get used to here with how much I played at the HD version. Werehog's just entirely different on this one, too.
Alternate the Y button and the X button presses to attack.
So this is why I want to start off with the classic controller. If you're playing this on the Wiimote nunchuck, that basically just wears out your arms because it's, I believe it's like this. So Wiimote is on your right, so you swing the Wiimote, and that's a right punch. Pretend this is a nunchuck, I'm not taking one of those out. You swing your left arm with the nunchuck, that's your left arm. You swing them both together, and then that's both of your arms, because you want to do that once in a while for a heavy attack. On the GameCube controller, it's kind of worse, because it's L and R on the triggers for your punches, and you click them both in to now do a heavy attack with both your hands. For whatever reason, the face buttons are all jumping and defense, stuff like that. I don't know why. Like they could have had like Y and X be like punching, because Y is to use your unleash. On the classic controller, you just press one of the Z buttons. I don't even think Z is used on this controller at all. It's like how they map things to GameCube is weird. That's why I prefer to play this with the classic controller.
That's a lot of bad guys.
And you have to alternate the buttons for the combo in this, because combos are entirely different in this version. I don't know what I have for combos right now. Not much. That's not surprising. Yeah, I don't even have a heavy to finish yet. I just have that smack. So, very bare bones, which I'm already used to with the level 1 combat run for HD. Not that far off. And killing enemies is what gives me the experience. So I'm really going to have to focus on killing enemies for this. Unlike HD, where you can get it from pots sometimes. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about there, Marley. It's good the game supports like pretty much all different types of controls. Like this version was made with motion controls in mind, which I appreciate them giving you controller options, thankfully. Because it's fun to play this maybe for the first hour or two with motion controls, but then your hands get tired and you just want to play it traditionally. I was like, what enemies? I was like, I'm carrying a box. Dude, suddenly enemy. Okay, aiming for throws in this is not as good as HD because I don't have a aiming reticle. So I just have to kind of stand there and hope I'm lined up. It's a little awkward. Definitely want to keep more of a distance. How long do I do this until the area opens? Okay, that's what I thought. It's like, there can't be that many more enemies. Button layout feels strange to you for colors. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I played more with GameCube controller in the Wii version of colors, so it's not that far off for me. Like, it's fine, but I can see why people would prefer the classic controller. Some of the button layouts is a little more funky for GameCube. Plus, if you're playing on a Wii U, you can't even use GameCube controllers on Wii games. So, in some ways, you don't even have that option. Alright, so the A button's my heavy move, which is both hands at once. Which is funny, because this is just essentially the combat mission again. Like, it's no different. It's the exact same mission. don't really give you that much time. Wait, how did that fail? Hello? That feel when you fail a tutorial, even though you did exactly what the game told you to do. Do I only have to use heavy attacks? Because if that's the case, that is stupid. I use a heavy attack after a light attack so I can speed this up. Sure. Ah, okay. We're in for a treat if that's how tutorials go. We don't tell you the full truth. You were supposed to use only heavies, forehead.
If you press the A.
I'm just gonna use only heavies. Well, I don't like it, because look at how much damage we're doing. It's pitiful. Oh, you don't even have to kill them all. Okay. Yeah, you could have maybe said, don't use any standard combo moves, you forehead. Yeah, that one's stupid. Now where I think we're finally into our first real stage and not just a tutorial. So, I already know where to go for some of this, because I've played... There are 2 night stages I played more recently in this game, thanks to the Unleashed Recomp on PC. So I played Windmill Isle Night, which is this stage, and it was a version that mashed all 3 versions, I think, of the stage, because the Werehog stages in this version of Sonic Unleashed are broken up into different levels. So I played a mod that combined them all into one. So I play an extra long version of this stage, which is, even by that standard, is like maybe 10 minutes tops. It's not that long. So I played Apotos Night, and then I've also played Dragon Road Night. I think that was just based off Act 1 alone. No, like, modifications. Which, so far, the conversions of these stages into HD Unleashed is really good. I prefer it, actually, because of how I prefer the HD version's Werehog. Like, I don't like double tacking the stick to run. That's kind of weird. Like, that's just one example. Not as much move variety in this version. Although it's more of a limitation to just having to build it around motion controls. Can I grab these? Okay, at least I can grab these enemies. I do wish that this version had a toggle to turn off the music like you can on the PC port. Like the best thing about the PC port.
What's this, Sonic? Looks like there could be more around here, too.
Yeah, don't already tell me what it is, Chip. Doing a great job. It's essentially a key. So I need 3 of these to open the path. Nice. Try it again. Alright, at least I actually hit someone with that. Oh, round 2. Don't mind if I do. I got another box. Nothing else over here? Okay, cool. Turn over here, should be a secret item. Or just some points, so that's just experience. I believe the red orbs, that is experience in this one. And then the blue should be Unleash meter. It's kind of weird, like, the point system in this being red energy, like, orbs that attract you, just makes me think of God of War. Because it's the same idea in God of War games. We have red orbs attracting the Kratos. And that's essentially what this is based off of. The Werehog in general is just God of War. I don't know how I still grabbed that, sure. I haven't found any secret items yet. I'm actually shocked. There's gotta be at least one up here, right? Yeah, here's one. I've been exploring every nook and cranny, and that's the only one I found so far. That's so weird. Like, where else could they be? I feel like I missed one. Yeah, in some ways I agree. I think some of the comparison to God of War, at least with this version, was very intentional. Again, with the red orbs, that's just flat out from God of War. Not even hiding it.
Wow, now we can get past here.
I've noticed, Chip. Thank you. Oh, now it's a party. Wow, where did I miss items? There was only one secret item. There's 3 in this stage. So where did I not go and find? I'm a little confused. This should be enough at least for an S. Yeah, because that was a lot of points and rings. So I get at least the medals. So I'm going to have to make notes of what I missed here already. 1740s, that's enough to level. So this is why I can't do a level 1 run for this game like I can for HD Unleashed. The game automatically levels for you. Notice how it was doing all that stuff. My hands were up here, not on the controller. It just auto-leveled for me. But realistically, you're mainly just getting combos and like health upgrades and such. You're not really doing the same leveling as you are in HD. So it's, to me, not as big of a difference not doing a level 1 run for this. Because you're already kind of strong here. Alright, so that's Secret Movie 2. That's all I got? Wow. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. There are 2 things I did not get here. Oh, wait. Wait. No, I did? What? Okay, never mind. Didn't I only grab 1 secret item? So where'd the illustrations come from? I'm just gonna do a fact check, because I only remember grabbing 1 secret item. Unless I just blanked when we were having conversation, which I'll do that every once in a while. I guess I must have. I don't remember grabbing it. Oh well. Well, that's less work for me, I don't care. Was that? I thought it was just experience. That's why I'm blanking. Because some of these capsules are just experience. The battle music went off at the alarm time. Ah, battle music jump scare again. Gee, I wonder where the switch could be. Found it. Okay, we didn't hide that one well. Can I grab these? Okay, these enemies I can't grab. They're too big. I might need to weaken them more if I want to actually grab. Battle music for redeem. Now the question is, are you going to just do vanilla battle music? Or are you going to mess with people and put up the version that's missing a note every other note? That version is cursed, dude. Holy crap. I listen to that version, it gives me anxiety. Oh, bees in this stage? Jeez, you guys really don't hold back for the bees. These don't show up until like Dragon Road Night in HD. Not that cool. You know, to be fair, same, because I was considering using that for my April Fool's special, and I did not do that because it's just too much. The way number 1 Werehog battle theme was better anyways. Dude, I just want box. Okay, box denied. Good to know you can run into the boxes and destroy them. Oh, wait, can I grab? Nope, okay, can't grab B. That makes no sense. Oh, I don't have my XXA combo in this game. I can't fly in the air. I gotta go the manual way. Wait, hot. Okay, I've not seen this layout at all, so this is entirely new to me. It does feel like you can actually hear more of the stage themes in this version compared to HD, just because there's less battles. Or at least they're more spaced out. Because so far I've heard more of the battle themes here than in HD. Oh, that's a new animation. He just does a figure 8 in the air. Okay. That's super goofy. Walk sideways, he says. This is clearly walking. What grease? We have bees. Yeah. In case you're low on your honey, we just randomly threw bees in the middle of the street. Oh, we can't hit the bell. Now that is a shame. Probably a good place to use this. Game doesn't teach you to use Unleash until later. I'm using it now. Oh, he has that move already? Hang on. That's a heavy, too. Nothing here. Okay. I felt like we're near the end of the stage, honestly.
I see a lever. Let's see what it does.
Hit the lever, Sonic. At least it's nice that in this version, you don't have to mash to do anything. You just hold the button to open the door or hold the button to flip a switch. If this was HD, you'd just be like, ah, my fingers are tired. Oh, now I open the door. It's like, that's a little much on the HD version. I give the Wii PS2 one credit for just not making you mash. But to be fair, if you were having to do that with motion controls, it'd just be like this. Every time you had to open a switch, that would kill your wrists. Okay, bees are still a pain to fight in this version as they are in HD. Nothing has changed. No matter what version you play, bees are still terrible. Ah, never changed Sonic Unleashed. Alright, so if I just let go of the button, Sonic just slides down. That's convenient. Oh, hang on, there's something over there on the left. Oh, he just jumps up if you try the jump when sidling. Okay, so that's not helpful. That might be useful for grabbing something, but not here.
We should take this one nice and slow. Don't want to slip and fall.
He says as he jumps over a pit. Chip doesn't know me. I'm reckless. If anyone's watched me over the past how many years at this point, you'll know that.
Wow, I rule!
Really? That was only an A rank. Huh. To be fair, I sucked fighting bees, so I'm gonna attribute that to bee combat. Alright, so now we got ourselves what? Can now chain together more attacks, so I guess that's a 4th attack now. I'm gonna skip that part, because there's no reason to watch the wheel constantly level. So what do we got here? This is Act 2. So Secret Movie 3. Illustration 64. Illustration 66. I did miss something there. Okay, this is legit real this time. I missed illustration 30. It was apparently near the first batch of enemies. There was a secret house I missed. Okay, so I'll go back later, because we gotta get an S later anyways. Continue playing? Yeah. Like every level we're gonna be asked that, or like every other level. So we're gonna see a lot more stage variety in this one for night levels at least. There's a lot more Werehog in this one because they break up the Werehog levels into multiple stages. Instead of one giant stage, it's like 3 or 4 small stages. Some people prefer it, some people don't. It depends on who you ask. I don't mind the length of the Werehog stages in HD. In fact, some levels aren't even that bad. Look at Dragon Road Night. That stage is not that long. Okay, yeah, we got a 4th attack now. Still don't have a heavy move to finish with, though. Oh, hang on. That was a 5th attack. So I got the Were Clap. It looked like I had a punch. Yeah, I have what looks like the Donkey Kick's punch move. Yeah, that's the 1-2 punch that Donkey Kick has. I think I prefer breakup. A lot of people do for very good reasons.
Think you could break this wall with a punch, Sonic?
Yeah, it's easy. Thanks. Doubt me, Chip. What's wrong with you? I don't know. I think if I was just picking a version of Sonic Unleashed to start with, I think I would prefer the level structure for Werehog more in this version because of it being broken up. I prefer the control of HD, but I think the level structure here is better. It's not as fatiguing, and they do ask you every couple levels if you want to continue playing, so this was during that age of you gotta take breaks every like 20 minutes of gaming. They really pushed for it. I love the purple sky, though, for this area at night. It looks really nice. No, you're reading that comment as a out of context thing. Yeah, no, it was great when they broke up finally. I mean, holy crap, that was just toxic. What are you talking about? The Sonic Unleashed levels. What are you talking about? Thankfully, I think you can still do shield canceling here. Yeah, you can still shield cancel your moves like in HD. Oh. I think we had to go through that combat section because that was like right next to the invisible wall. Oh, keep. Eat that. Kind of annoying that in this version you have to alternate between the left and the right punches to actually do combos instead of just pushing one button all the time. That is a little bit of a pace breaker on combat. HD just has a heavy and a light button, so it's not as bad. You can just mash X to do like one combo, let's say, but not in this one. I don't see anything else here, so I guess we're just continuing on. Is that the goal? No, it's just a 10 ring. Never mind. I was like, goal ring? I don't remember that having 10 rings in the middle of it. I also love the minimap on this. Like, I kind of wish that was in HD in some fashion. It's not the most helpful thing. It's very tiny, but it's better than nothing. Ah, there's the goal. Turn around. Just in case. This is gonna be another battle, isn't it? Surprisingly, no. Alright, don't touch it yet. Hang on. One final pass. You never know. There could be a random thing that's the goal ring. They hide within the camera's view. Alright, we're good.
How do you like that, huh?
Now that is an S, so we get all the medals here at least. So much easier to get medals in this version. So much easier. Alright, so now we got the wear wallop. So this is an uppercut. So you press the A button after the second hit in a combo and it does this. That's our second heavy attack. Alright, so we got, this is Act 3, so illustration 65, 67, and I missed one again. Okay, make another note of that. Because there's supposed to be 3 of those. I missed illustration 26. And I literally missed it in the beginning. Yep, I love when that happens. At least it's good I can just get a rundown of the things I get in the level afterwards, so I can just figure out what I missed. Oh, this cutscene's new. It's the same cutscene as the HD version when you enter the level for the first time, but that door opening is not in HD. That cutscene piece was removed. Or just never planned? I don't know. Skyward Sword, but Sonic. You know, the controls in this is essentially just like Skyward Sword. You're not wrong. Oh. Just like, got blanked at, like, wait, what happened?
Sonic?
I literally just hid. What happened? That was so fast.
What are you doing out here?
That cutscene should have been before we started the first night stage, or at least before stage 3. Why was that at the end of stage 3, right before this cutscene?
You know me. Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
Thanks. That's some story. I'll bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this, and fast.
About that, I think I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
Oh, really?
Professor Pickle over at Spagonia.
I still love his I don't have any care or attitude. He just like, right in the air every time, man. Gets me every time.
Spagonia. That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem. My Tornado 1 will get us there in a flash. Let's get going.
Leave it to you, Tails. Let's get moving.
Yes. If you missed it from when I was describing that whole, by the way, there's Tornado 3 error, still exists in this version. Oops. If you were not here for Tuesday, I went over that a lot, but Chip offers everyone chocolate, and the one person that takes it, I still am like, dude, you're gonna kill this thing. He offers it to the Phoenix in Chun-nan. Can't birds not have chocolate? Like, if you give a Phoenix chocolate, doesn't it die? Chip essentially just offers the thing poison. Like, he does this to everyone, man. He offers chocolate to everyone without considering, wait, can you actually eat this? I don't know. Oh well, have some chocolate. I don't really think you should be giving chocolate to everyone, dude. I'm just saying. Yeah, they rise. I mean, to be fair, I guess if that Phoenix did eat the chocolate, it would just come back. You're not wrong. Okay, so yeah, you are... Yep, Marley, you are confirming. Just reading your little Wikipedia entry fact, essentially. By offering chocolate to the Phoenix, essentially Chip is giving it poison, because it's not able to eat that chocolate. It's not able to unable to digest it. You might be killing a god. Big oops. Oh, I love how this story goes. I love this part of the game for the Wii version because it's so fast on a plot point. This is like a whole build-up section in HD, but here, no, man. No, the plot point we're about ready to be introduced in, it's like a 5-minute thing tops. It happens so fast. He vanished in the thin air. Where'd he go? Before I go to Pickle's lab, I'm going to the other street. Denise, I love your hair. It's a very big afro. Have you met a person named Groose, by the way? I think you two would have a very similar looking hairstyle with your pompadours. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what happened.
What? Professor Pickle's been kidnapped?
Oh, oops.
It was a little bit before the tremors hit. This old man showed up with a whole pack of robots.
Yeah, we're lucky as humans that we are able to eat chocolate without having any medical issues, mostly. I mean, if you're allergic to certain things like cocoa beans, for example, let's just say, that could be a problem.
What a horrible thing to do.
Also,
We've gotta
peanut
go
butter.
help that professor guy out, and fast.
But imagine if humans
He got
as a whole were
kidnapped that
all
long
allergic.
ago. He's gotta be real hungry.
That'd be a treat
by
no one would be
now.
able to eat.
And
This
if
would
I was
happen
that
if any
hungry,
human would eat chocolate.
I don't know how long I would last. I'd rather be dead.
Consumes chocolate. Still my favorite bit. How does he even die? Dude, you can barely see the ghost in this version with the lighting change. The lighting here is a little too harsh, so that ghost kind of blends in with the
Okay.
wall.
Let's go and find the professor.
Why would Eggman kidnap the professor? And I can think of a million reasons. Yeah, there's reason number one, his research. Didn't take you long to figure that one out, Tails. Alright, so, I don't know how Tails figures this one out so fast. But in HD, we gotta go around the town and ask people, have you seen where the professor went? And random civilians seen him maybe get dragged off to Mazuri. Here, Tails is like, oh, I wonder where he went. Maybe he's in Mazuri. What, did I find like a clue on the ground or something? And here's why this part of the game makes literally no sense in this version. This plot point with the professor being kidnapped is gonna be over before you blink. Yeah, wrong Mazuri. Wrong Mazuri, Ethan. I know, it's so dumb. I don't know why they call this place Mazuri, because it sounds very similar to the American state. Why? It's the weirdest named continent to me, just because it sounds so similar to something else. Nobody's here. What's going on? Nobody's here. I'm lonely. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about in some ways there, Marley, with some hub stuff. Yeah, hubs at this point were kind of hit or miss, but this is before the open world gaming trend kind of took off. So, yeah, hubs were very much just kind of a standard in games, but not necessarily something they filled all that often. Oh, by the way, here's the professor. Were you keeping track? Did you have a timer on this whole time? Because this plot point wrapped up in less than 5 minutes. In this version of the game, you learn the professor's kidnapped, gotta figure out where he is, track down the location, go through an entire night stage. Then about 20-ish minutes later, you're here. Maybe 30 minutes if it's like your first playthrough. Here, we just know where to go instantly to the continent, figure out where exactly the professor is on our own without talking to anyone here, and then just find him.
I know I learned something here.
Gee, I wonder if they cut a bunch of content from the HD version or something. Yeah, this plot point is just essentially a waste of time in this version of the game, sadly. By cutting the entire continent stuff out, mine is like a boss fight. Mazuri's just kind of here as a footnote.
Right then, first things first. It's about time someone taught the chef here how to make a proper sandwich.
You can file a complaint later, Professor.
Let's get out of here before Eggman's welcoming committee shows up.
Oh, yes, quite.
I know a lot of people, when you're talking about some of the hub things, comparing some games there, Marley, I know a lot of people actually preferred not having hubs for Adventure 2 compared to 1. Some people prefer the hubs from the Adventure stuff, but also they like the level-by-level structure. It didn't really change much. I think Sonic games do kind of work better with level-by-level. If they do more open worldish areas, I kind of like how they handle it starting with Frontiers. And also Shadow Generations. The hub in Shadow Generations is so good. Like, if you're gonna do a open hub area, do it like that. Spread a bunch of stuff around for you to just explore.
These ancient documents are known as the Gaia manuscripts. They tell the legend of a disaster that befell our planet some.
How long did it take for me to get to this part, by the way, on Tuesday? This specific cutscene? I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna pull up the VOD real quick. I feel like I should not be here in an hour and a half, because that was just way too fast.
The cause lies at the very
Let's
core
see.
of the planet.
Here's the VOD. I'm just having to wait for that to load up on a hard drive.
Result of one creature. The hyper-energy organism spawned at the planet's core. Dark Gaia.
So how do we stop this?
Okay, well, ironically enough, I got to this exact cutscene at an hour and a half, so it was actually about the same turnaround.
Fully reborn.
Which is funny when I'm taking much longer to go through the HD levels because of no stats. So, in hindsight, when you break down this version of the game to the HD version's runtime, it's very similar, even story beats, which is a shocker when they cut out a whole set of stages here.
Gaia manuscripts. The planet's power will restore the Chaos Emeralds, and in turn, the Chaos Emeralds
Fish
will
mission
restore
music.
the Earth
Yeah,
and
I can agree on that one.
naturally.
Dude, the fact that one of those mission themes in Sonic 06 just flat out sound like a Mega Man 2 song, that's just still lives rent-free in my head. Chips the true villain. He laced the chocolate poison? Oh, man. That'd be a plot twist. He doesn't remember who he is. Because he's a psychopath. Oh, a guy with a weird mustache. Oh, who could that be? I'm so glad this version did not cut this cutscene because it's still one of my favorite cutscenes. And it's all because of that one specific interaction happening here very soon. Love that part so much. Thank you for not cutting that one out, Devs. You can cut out the whole part of Mazuri. Do not cut out the part with the rock throw. And then it's still a 10 out of 10.
Yo, Eggman! Thanks for that little skydiving adventure the other day.
I should have known you'd still be alive, you stubborn little hedgehog.
Now this interaction makes way more sense here than it did in the HD version, when we had that whole sky chase level where Eggman fights Sonic before we get to this part, recognizes Sonic there for Spagonia, then forgets that he's here in Mazuri.
Come back!
Cutting that one gameplay section out entirely kind of fixed the story pacing a little bit. So we'll just destroy it with the whole Mazuri being cut out part. It's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, the fact that we just jump from like a text box like this to an actual like full rendered scene is a little jarring. That is like the biggest thing you have to get used to when you play this version of Unleashed. Presentation is vastly different when you go from cutscenes to just JPEGs. Yeah, it does look very washed out, desaturated, and a lot of areas just a little blown out in its colors. It feels like they're crushed a little bit more, so when there's harsh lighting in the area, it just blows everything else out. Alright, so this guy gives us the tablet to get into the Gaia Temple here, which is perfect. And it has all of one thing for us to do. At least for now. Because there are things that do in the Gaia Temples, but I don't think we can do that stuff in this one yet. We'll see. I'll explore this one a little bit longer just to see if there's anything else. You dressed a little unique. Yeah, I'm not wearing pants, not wearing a shirt. Just gloves and shoes. I've already got questioned about this being up in Alaska. I don't need people in Mazuri questioning me too. One big downgrade in this version, Kiwami does not have his random subtitles of acting strange or feeling suspicious or whatever subtitle of the week he gets. Yeah, I don't blame you if you were consider trading in your PS2 copy for a Wii version of this. Because of them being the same game, you are much better off getting the Wii one if you have that choice. I was making that comparison when we first started this session tonight. If you have a choice between Wii and PS2, you go with the Wii one, and that's just because the Wii version has better presentation as a whole.
Try getting closer to that glowing
The
spot.
PS2 also has worse loading too, from what I heard. But yeah, this version's in widescreen, PS2 is not. Graphics are better in this version. And the fact that the game is in widescreen doesn't just look as, like, squished. Oh, that's a warp. Now I'm back in Apotos. Interesting.
Whoa! This room's not like the others, huh? It's all mysterious.
I don't want to be here. That's good to know there's warps that go between Gaia temples, which... it could be useful. Maybe not. It kind of depends. Honestly. Like, if you need to do stuff on the Gaia Gates, it's useful. But if you're just going back to a level, just do it with level select.
Wow! We just warped all the way to a whole different Gaia gate.
It's kind of weird we're here for
That
just
door's
night
glowing,
only,
Sonic.
when this is a
Maybe
day
that means
boss.
it'll open now. Let's go see.
Like you're saying that like I couldn't do this to begin with, Chip. Yeah, we did the warp tutorial backwards, but to be fair, we would have had to do it now as well. It only worked for like half the tutorial because we didn't have anywhere to warp to. Yeah, here's like an example where we were talking about the cutscenes earlier. What happened here to its gamma output? Like, well, no, it's not gamma, it's contrast. It's like you took the contrast slider and just jacked it up. Where's it down? I think it's down when you crush colors. Because if you increase brightness, it washes it out more, which more like a flashbang. I don't know, I've never messed with those settings because just keep them neutral. You start messing with brightness and contrast, you get stuff like this. Looks like I left my Wii out in the sun for too long.
Behold, my new power! Egg Beetle, go!
I think this fight's supposed to be identical in this version compared to HD. Like it's still a chaser fight, which is almost the exact same arena. Yeah, sure enough. I just need to get boost so I can do anything. Oh, you can't multi-hit him like you can in HD. Alright, well that's a big downgrade, so it's gonna take a bit. I at least know what my S rank should be because of the timer on the side. I just realized we're in an ad break right now. That's like the worst time for that to have happened. To be fair, you want to see the boss fight, I recommend going to YouTube for the ad break. I knew what would happen. We'll just pause the ads for 5 minutes. My bad. I'm trying to get better with that. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing, so I'm probably gonna reset, because I think my time's kind of bad. Yeah, so I'll reset, and just try it again. That'll make up for me forgetting about what the ad timer was gonna go off on. Really wish you can get a multi-hit. Really wish you could. Dude, okay. That kind of lined up right with me as soon as I sidestepped. That's kind of bad. Oh, you can still multi-hit. Okay. Why didn't that work the first time is beyond me. Looked like I was lined up. So, lineup on this is just a little worse. Other than that, you can still do the same thing. This is the exact same fight as HD. Really, if anything, I think this 2D section's really the only major difference. I don't think there's 2D at all in the HD version. If there is, I've never seen it. Are we done? I can't do anything when he's like this. He's really eating into my time. I would like an S. Alright, there you go. Got him. Does it still say the one-liner? No, worst version. Where's my all bark and no bite one-liner? Come on, Sonic.
Same as ever.
You're better
all
than that.
bark and no bite.
Oh, there it is. It just puts in a results screen. Alright, you got your 10 out of 10 back.
Ah,
Hey, look! The building we were just in!
Full of Gaia?
let's check it out. Whoa, awesome.
What is this place?
Hey,
Does that look a little more yellow in this version? Again, the lighting in these cutscenes are all over the place. Sometimes it's cooler like the PS3 version, sometimes it's warmer like the Xbox version.
hey, what's this hole?
Like this looks like a warm color tinting, which is like Xbox.
Some kind of...
Whoa!
How the heck did they render these? Again, they had to have used like some kind of PC build at the time, but man, they kept on changing settings for whatever reason or something. Yeah, the what is this place is probably as much as Long Time No See. That's in a lot of Sonic games. Okay, for my sake, these cutscenes really aren't being done justice when I'm like 3 feet away from the screen. If I was sitting a good 20 feet or so back on like a big 65-inch, I might not notice these differences.
That's gotta be
With
why
all, like,
everyone was so
compression.
keen on taking the place over.
Yeah, Chip needs to stop touching everything. Hey, at least with him touching this random pillar, kind of worked out. It's like one of the few times where you're interacting with a thing and it actually makes sense. Also extremely convenient, which will be the kind of the point going forward of just all this being very convenient that Chip's with us. I love how we get double cutscene here, by the way. You get the cinematic cutscene of the planet going back together, and now we get an in-game cutscene for the same thing. That does not happen on HD.
Sonic!
Redundant cutscenes, redundant.
The planet! One of the broken pieces of the planet moved back into place!
All right. Nice job.
Take a look.
Still wondering how you got this feed? I'll be asking that until the end of time. You gotta give me an answer, Tails.
Sweet.
A little more compressed here, so maybe you sent it over a Nokia phone this time.
In no time, Sonic.
A planet-sized jigsaw puzzle? Sounds like a great excuse to see the world.
Oh, I get it, because this game's subtitles Sonic World Adventure. Haha, funny. Yeah, the fact that everyone's still alive during all this is a miracle. Because, yeah, no one should be alive with this whole outcome. Like, this would just destroy a planet's atmosphere. Actually, hang on. Don't go there yet. Is Holoska open right now? Nope, we gotta go to Spagonia to get Holoska, I guess. Because that would be a thing. That would be open right now in HD. We have a choice between Rooftop Night or Cool Edge Day, but not here. So I'm guessing I'm forced to go to only one stage, and it is Rooftop Night.
Oh, Sonic! I've been looking for you forever!
Hey, let me go.
You're crazy if you think you can get away from Amy Rose and... Who are you?
Is it me or is the brightness in this cutscene just constantly changing?
Mistook you for someone
Yeah, like
else.
one shot it's dark and the next shot it's lighting up, and it's the same frame.
It was him.
What is happening?
Anyway, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I'm.
See you later.
This has to have adaptive brightness. What is going? How do they render these scenes?
Well, that was weird. How
And why is the
come
clock
all
tower
the
white?
You were you,
This is
Sonic?
like someone shined a
I mean,
spotlight on
I
it.
guess you are kinda, you know, and these guys.
I would love to know how they render these cutscenes for the Wii PS2 for versions. I want to know, because I know they didn't just flat out record this off of 360. You can tell. These were pre-rendered off of a different build of the game.
Sonic, cheer up. Chocolate. Want some chocolate?
Yeah, the Egg Beetle cutscene having unbalanced visuals and contrast. It probably is, like I said, if it's using adaptive brightness, if you've ever used it on a TV, you know how bad it is. It's trying to adapt things based on the image shown for brightness levels. It's always using the image of whatever you're looking at, trying to boost the gamma contrast in the background for like one shot or another. It's a mess. I never use those options because adaptive brightness on anything is terrible. You always get something that looks really, really washed out. Or undersaturated, in some cases. Oh, Pickle's Lab's now open. I want to go into this other street corner. I don't know where this actually is. Oh no, I know. I can tell now. This is up on the rooftop where like a moon medal is, but it's like in a building you can't access normally. Like, you might be able to glitch your way in here, but even then, there's like nothing about it. At least Otto recognizes me as Sonic. Yeah, your system was different. He wasn't Jason Griffin in this version. He's just Jason Griffith.jpg. You hear him later. It's just the Griffith voice. So it's just Sonic talking to Sonic. So it's interesting how we have to do Spagonia Night here first. Yeah, I know. Make a habit of this. I'm used to it already. Yeah, first you find the continent's temple here. Then you go to Halolska. Okay, yep. So they railroad you a little more in this version. You have a choice in the other one. Oh, no, Halolska's gonna be selected. We do have a choice. Okay, well that's kind of random. Why would they lock it until you taught the pickle, then instantly kick you out so you can pick one or the other? It's kind of weird. I'm gonna go with my HD route for right now. I'm gonna go into Halolska. We'll be back to Rooftop Run. We have to go back there anyway, so might as well explore new content. They kicked us out. Oh my god. Flashbang, boom. Now suddenly, so bright. Holy crap, man. What did they do here? Like, let me show you how bad this is. If I can just like put a color filter on this. So we do color correction. It should be contrast they're doing, right? Yeah, this is what they're doing. So if I crank down the contrast, let's do -50. That looks so much better. Holy crap. By a few points, and that's it. From this to this. That's how you know they're jacking up the contrast in a lot of areas. It's a little much. I'm gonna keep it as the game's intended. I'll turn it off. Oh, that's fine, Matt. Hopefully your recording went well. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the dancing scene later, Marley, how that makes you feel. Yeah, that scene's a little weird. Not as comfortable how he's just harassing Amy to dance, but the guy is possessed, so there's your story reason at least. We'll see that later when we go back to Spagonia. Because right now, it should be the same pattern as HD Unleashed, so we can only do day stage here, and then we have to go back to Spagonia, do the night stuff, and then that's when we get our camera. Except in this version, it's a one-time use. Hot dog even in Unleashed? I don't know if Don Facio's men are in Unleashed, like the actual characters, but there are hot dog missions here. I do believe there are actual hot dog missions, just they're structured differently. If I remember correctly. Again, because I never fully beaten this one, so chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I know there's multiple mission structures. I thought I saw some in the mission select that there could have been like a hot dog style time trial. Oh, I'm seeing what you're saying, Matt Marley. If you're going to try to learn Adobe Premiere, 1, good luck, and 2, get used to the bug reports. Because it's a very glitchy software. When it works, it works. It is always a trial to learn new editing software, but once you convert, it's hard to go back to anything else. Nowadays, if I haven't like gotten myself so engrossed in the Adobe ecosystem, I would have just gone straight to like DaVinci Resolve. I recommend everyone go that route if they haven't gotten to the Adobe ecosystem at this point. DaVinci is just so much better and it's free. Even if the free version isn't enough for you, the paid version is like $300 USD and it's a one-time payment. Compared to Adobe being a subscription, and it's like expensive at that. I think like 1 year of Adobe Premiere is like the same as just buying DaVinci outright, so you might as well just get DaVinci. From my experience of using DaVinci Resolve, it's really good. That's why I just recommend everyone, if they haven't tried the software yet, use that. But use whatever, is always what I tell people. If you got a preference to this or that software, just use whatever you're most comfortable with, and you know. It literally doesn't matter what you use. At the end, it's just a tool that you use to make content. So as long as you're making content, doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, no, I don't blame you finally wanting to move on from the Camtasia stuff, Marley, because yeah, I've tried using that very briefly over the years to try to edit. Every time I've used it, I've had some major issues with it. So I've never been able to use it for that much serious work. I think I used it for a few months of making YouTube videos at the most, and used it years later for like a college project, because it was the only software I was allowed to use. And then that was it. I've never went back. It's just so hard. Plus, if you're screen recording nowadays, just use OBS. It's free. They don't even need to buy a screen recording software like that either. I do know a lot of software support exporting your timelines out, or like your whole project in an XML file format, which then you can import into other softwares like DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Premiere, Sony Vegas. So some of your projects could convert. It's always something that's worth looking into. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. This is gonna be funny.
Stomp on bad guys. You can use that stomp attack to take care of any obstacles on the ground too.
Oh, by the way, Sonic, think fast. Wait, what do you mean by that? Ow. Yeah, not supposed to boost the sword on this one.
Piece of cake.
I don't know how many tutorials are here. It's like 1 or 2. It's not that many, because they mainly want to just teach you Stomp. Yeah, I think it's just that one. So that's the case. We move on.
Here we go!
So here's a big upgrade to this version of the game compared to HD. You can boost in the bobsled. You can't do this in the HD version of Unleashed, and I really appreciate bobsled control in this. It's not terrible in HD, but it's so much better on Wii and PS2. Holy crap. Like, this feels so good. You can course correct very easily with the bobsled in this version. Oh, guess I'm going that way. You can also drift. You can't drift with the bobsled on HD. So again, way easier to control in this one. So good. Just like the music. I also think you're on the bobsled way longer in this section than you are in like HD. The first bobsled section is like a minute tops. Well, this is like closer to a minute and a half. Yeah, sure enough, because now we're out of it. Can I go back for that? Yeah, sure enough. So much for that, though. I can't turn around nearly as easily after I grab the item. Does that still count as collected? We'll find out. I'm supposed to go down there to get the secret item. Interesting. It does not stay collected. Ooh, that's complicated. Let me restart and go down the other path then. That'd be easier. So I purposely want the level to break itself apart and then fall from the ice instead of just stomping through it. I think we're at our max boost capacity, so now we're playing more daytime Sonic after a, what, hour at this point? You will notice there's a bigger discrepancy between day levels and night levels in this version. You will be playing more night levels over time than day levels. It's just, I know the nature of this version. But that's besides the point. Since now we're finally playing another one of these stages, I can describe more of how the boost works. It has an upgrade system that does not stay between levels, so we're always going to start with like 3 bars of boost and always at no boost in the beginning of a stage. So to get more, we have to get rings to level it up. And those said rings are like in like 30, 60, and 90 chunks to get levels. Then we hit our max boost, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's any more. Maybe it's like 120? I wasn't paying attention to the actual leveling, so I don't know. But 6 bars is your max. Seen that? You hear me? Like 3 items per stage, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I downgraded. Oh no. It really doesn't matter if I lose my rings for score because it's just based on time for the S rank. In fact, actually losing ring energy sometimes is preferred because once you level up a stat, yeah, see, now we got more ring energy. Once we level it up, it actually fills up all bars. So if you need more boost, sometimes you want to take damage and then get more rings later. And then from there, you have max boost. It's sometimes easier. And we died right in front of a checkpoint, so who cares about death? There's another secret item. That should be all of them, if it is 3 per stage. Dude! Are you kidding? I missed it by like 3 seconds. Well, I'm not gonna bother because I got the secret items. I'm just mad I missed it by like 3 seconds, man. If I didn't die, it was literally the death that wasted my time.
Yes!
I only care more about the secret items, because if I miss a rank, I'm coming back. So you guys are discussing some of the Game Gear titles in the chat. Seems like, which one have you beaten recently? Sonic Triple Trouble? Yeah, I saw your post on Twitter about that the other day, Matt. It looks like you liked that one the most so far. The Game Gear titles you've been playing. It is a pretty solid game. Was Triple Trouble on Master System? I can't remember if that was a Master System title or just Game Gear. Okay, that's all the collectibles here. I was just fact checking. Yeah, we'll continue playing. I'm looking it up, actually. Now that I said it. Let's see. Here it is. Game Gear, 3DS. No, so it is only on Game Gear. Because a lot of those Game Gear Sonic games are also Master System titles, so it's hard to keep track. Nice boost. I had none. I think that was a 5 rank, so I'll just let it go. These missions don't matter for rank, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay. Well, it matters if I lose my rings, because it's not cumulative, it's whatever's in your inventory. Is the 16-bit remake of Triple Trouble done? Because I did hear about that too, but I thought it was a work in progress. I know someone was doing that for Sonic Chaos, I believe, as well. I think. There's a Sonic Drift remake. There's a lot of remakes people were making for those Game Gear titles, which is so cool to see. Like, the Sonic fan community are just so very active developing games. It's insane at what they can put out. Okay, it was 16-bit Triple Trouble done. It was the Chaos one I was thinking that's work in progress. Okay. Oh no. I got the slow crawl. I didn't get the boost in time, so I hit the wall. I will say, one thing I give this version over HD every day of the week. You start with all your upgrades. So you have Air Boost, Light Speed Dash, the Stomp, and the Wall Jump. They're all here. Actually, no, is there Wall Jump in this? I don't know if there is, but you do start with all your upgrades. Oh, no, there is Wall Jump. I'm remembering some sections like Dragon Road and Eggman Land that are wall jumping. You just don't use it as much in this version. Don't break anything. Oh, my favorite. Isn't that a mission type that has a collectible? Oh, apparently there was something in that Gather Rings mission. Great. Who puts things in a ring mission? I see what you did there. And I don't want to interact. So this mission essentially just take your time. You're fine. Just gonna go over here. Dude, it does not help I control like a literal tank. I'm mad. That was at the end too, I feel. I think after the stage I might take a little break. At least like for a minute or two so I can get up and stretch. Plus we have an ad coming in 2 minutes, so that's the perfect time to do so. I've adjusted the ad schedule a bit, so hopefully we shouldn't have too many more issues. So, they're a tiny bit longer ads, but at the same time, I can snooze them way more often, which is better. Alright, so stop boosting. If you ever want to stop boosting, just hold back on the control stick. It just instantly stops. Don't boost here. Learned our lesson. That's why I wasn't boosting. I had a feeling. Now boost. We're good.
Piece of cake.
Really? The Master System versions for games Sega consider works in progress, while the Game Gear ports, or I guess consider the complete versions, that's why we got them in collections going forward. Interesting. In a lot of ways, there's not much different between Game Gear and the Master System releases, so I don't see too much of what they changed, honestly, hence why it's probably a better idea if you just want to play those games on Master System if you don't want a screen crunch issue. So it's personal preference at that point, which one you play. That's an interesting note. I did not know that. Alright, but for now, we're going to take a little break so I can get up and stretch. Recommend people do the same if you haven't already. So when we come back, we'll head back over to Spagonia, and it looks like we're set up now to go through Rooftop Run Nights set of stages. So that's what we'll be doing. Stay tuned, back here in just a few minutes. Alright, we're back, and we're ready to go back to Spagonia. And presumably, it's for some night stages. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Those other continents that are screaming new, I'm gonna just let them go for now. I'm gonna handle this version of Sonic Unleashed very similar to how I'm handling the HD version. Complete the main story first, and then from there, we can go back to everything else we haven't done and missed, and then work on the extra stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that's locked behind post-game in HD, but some that's also locked behind post-game in Standard Depth Unleashed. So it'd probably be better to beat the game first before we do any backtracking. Thanks, kids. I don't know why these kids randomly had a moon tablet. How convenient. Dude, controlling this menu with the control stick's really weird. I've been using D-pad up to this point, but using the stick, it's so sensitive. Oh, hey, there you go. Secret soundtrack. That's why we're talking to all these people, because they can just randomly have a secret item. Okay, so he's not as moody as before, but that assistant's still a little moody. Thankfully, I do not have to talk to Pickle for this. Stage is already unlocked. I want to look at these gates and see how many medals do I need for these?
Looks like this door won't open yet, Sonic.
95 total and 69 total moons. Nice. Not doing that gate for a while.
Looks like this door won't...
23 and 15. If I'm not mistaken, they tell you how many you need, but the doors should be glowing if you have enough. So I won't have to check these just to know if it's open. Or going to open. Yeah, these need so many. A lot of these gates are not until like end game or post game. I do want to explore some of these whenever I can, because they have our extra lives. So this version has life upgrade stuff, which is kind of bad in my opinion. I hate how the lives are handled in this. It's terrible for a casual. You have to unlock more lives, which are in these hubs, but you need more moon and sun medals to do that. Most people don't know that fact, so they go through this whole game with only 2 lives. It's not good. Yeah, Gaia Gate is one of the best songs in this game. Criminally just underplayed in HD, so I'm glad to see it actually used here. No, bring back my jazz. I love that jazz. This is what you get for interrupting my jazz. Oh, secret item. Off camera too, mind you, so I couldn't see it. That's a very squeaky stone door. Oh, another secret item. Again, barely could see it. Yeah! Dude! Marley, you bringing up that ring upgrade in Sonic Boom just brings back bad memories of the Wii Boom game. Oh my god.
Jump and take them down.
Why did they do that? with Rise of Lyric on the Wii U. It was so terrible. Like, way to alienate your player base if they don't own a 3DS at that point. It was just such a bad decision. And even then, it was like barely any rings that give you any upgrade to. It was like, what, maybe 50 tops? So it really wasn't that great. I didn't bother, but to be fair, rings weren't much of a problem in Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, so it's like, it was a whatever connection. It was just kind of random they did it. Really trying to get you to buy 2 different games at that point, 2 different systems. I love the walking animation. Me and the boys coming downtown to Spagonia. I want to see if I can grab him. So I'm stunning him with this claw attack. I just gotta line up better. There you go. I'll try to grab. Yeah, okay, so you can grab if they're stunned, just like in HD. Dark guy looking for beans. Hey, is there a bean store down there? I heard you have produce. I will say, the only thing that's not doing this game service right now is I can see it happening. This game got some bad motion blur when you're turning the camera. It's pretty aggressive. Like, I don't know how well I can show it. I could attempt something. I just don't know how well this is going to work. So give me 1 sec. I don't know what button was again. Or even if I can reach my upscaler from here, because there's a bunch of crap in the way. Should it be? I think it's this button. Oh, it's black level. There's the freeze button. So I'm gonna try to run and get the camera to turn really quick, and then I'm gonna freeze my input. And you should be able to see exactly what I'm talking about here. Because yeah, I can hit the button just fine from down here. So let me set that up. Hit freeze. It's gonna cut my time a bit, but it's fine. It's worth showing a thing. Come on. Okay, that will work. That's good enough. So you can see on the buildings how there's like 2 different sets of windows on one window. Yeah, that's motion blur. This game has some pretty heavy motion blur, but it's happening everywhere you're moving. It's not just on like one part. It's like the whole camera. Dude, where do I aim? Here? Okay. There you go, there's another great shot. Look at the rooftop there. I can see it extending out into the sky. Like, for a better visual, let me just do this really quick. Okay, maybe to a point where it doesn't stretch the image. That's good enough. Oh, actually, that worked in the opposite direction. There you go. Now you can see exactly what I'm talking about. That rooftop, it's kind of slurred out. It's just disgusting. I can see this well because I recognize motion blur pretty bad. So yeah, the ghosting in this game is horrible. It is very, very bad. I don't know if there's like a cheat code that turned this off on like a hardware level or in Dolphin, that would be good if you can. If I go back to play the Wii or GameCube versions of Pikmin 1 and 2 nowadays, I play it on Dolphin because there's a code to turn this kind of ghosting off. And the ghosting legit gives me a headache. Alright, so let me put that back to how it was. Because that was disgusting. Okay, so that was the final step. Then I just gotta unfreeze my input. So anytime I may say like there's like really bad motion blur in a game or like bad ghosting, now you see exactly what it is. Me in 2012 trying to screen grab footage for thumbnails, just mashing the keys to go frame by frame. You know, to be fair, still doing that to this day. I'm still frame advancing a lot of videos just to get certain shot. Oh, especially if you're watching a YouTube video, because you'll just hit between the frame advance and frame back, which is comma and period on your keyboard. I do that all the time. How's motion blur happen? So it's essentially trying to merge frames together, trying to blend them into one coherent frame, which gives you the illusion the game's running at a higher frame rate, for the case of video games. It's essentially trying to smooth out the image to make it look better, but most of the time it makes it look worse, in my honest opinion. I don't like motion blur on a lot of stuff. Which is funny, because I'm playing with the enhanced motion blur stuff in the PC version of Unleashed right now, because it actually, like, Sonic motion blur is actually pretty good. One of the few games I actually leave it on. But most games I turn that crap off. Because most of the time what's happening with motion blur is just you get a lot of duplicated images and you get all this like really bad ghosting where you see the image multiple times duplicate, like how I showed earlier. It's just disgusting. Didn't they go that jump? So I gotta fix this mic back into place after playing around with my upscaler to freeze the image. Well, I had a feeling. Yeah, you want to know more about like how motion blur specifically works? Marley has a really good description. Like that's a very good way of describing it. Probably better than how I can do it as I'm talking and playing a game. One of the hardest challenges known to man. Like, legit to me, like, that was a reason why I could not play the Spyro Reignited trilogy when it first launched for that long. Because the motion blur in that game, to try to visualize, like, a higher frame rate, which, because it only ran at 30 frames, them putting in as aggressive motion blur as they did, gave me a legit headache. So I couldn't do it. It actually made me throw up at one point. Well, like, not physically, but maybe almost throw up. It was really bad. Is this just a side area? Yeah, that's a really big side area just for a secret item. Holy. This whole area is useless otherwise. Sure. Yeah, I saw the trailer that WayForward put out for the Risky Revolution stuff. Dude, that irritates me so much. Like, literally, I was having to fight to get my copy of it in. Matt, you know better than anyone on that story, which I don't even know if I want to share right now for that reason, but TLDR, I almost didn't get my copy of the Risky Revolution GBA game. Then it also has so many problems. I haven't unboxed my copy yet, but as soon as I do, I need to open the cartridge, knowing it has recycled parts. So I need to go in and make sure my copy isn't DOA. And as soon as the GBA Shadow drops that no one knew about, now they announced that they're doing the HD ports, and it's coming out in just a few months. And people are asking, wait, the game came out? What about the GBA version? And they have to just randomly say, oh, by the way, it did show up at people's houses. What is going on at WayForward? Like, holy crap, dude. That is, like, it's such a mess right now over at WayForward. They are so mismanaged. It's legitimately been aggravating me as a Shantae fan. how they've been handling this Risky Revolution port has been the worst I've seen from a company in a very, very long time. It is so bad. They literally forgot to tell people the Shantae Advance game came out until it showed up at people's doors. How do you do that? Oh my god. Alright, I can share it. Okay, thanks. Because I'm gonna start the story by just saying, Matt helped me secure a copy of the GBA Shantae game, because it came out last year right when my laptop died. So I'm like, as much as I want this, I'm probably gonna have to just hold off for the moment, because I had to focus on replacing so many things at the time. And I was also dealing with like some other issues at that point. So Matt was a really helpful dude trying to just secure the copy for me. It's like, okay, cool, thanks. But we made an agreement so he can ship it to his house first to make sure it gets there one piece. I'm just gonna say this. I need to talk to you in private as well on this one, future Matt. I appreciate you doing that, but going forward, let's not do this again. Oh my god. So, it arrived at Matt's place perfectly fine. So then he just shipped it out to me immediately the next day. It was supposed to be on here Friday, didn't come until Tuesday of the next week. They almost lost my package, essentially. So that was great. Us doing a double shipment for the order kind of put it in a really weird spot. So I think that doing that whole setup really complicated things. The post service was just kind of fumbling around. They didn't know where the thing was. They didn't move it for like a week. It was at its original location for a very long time for some reason. It was a mess. So I almost didn't get my copy. And during that time, I had really bad anxiety about it because that's when all the news about these carts having used parts in it were starting to surface, and how the carts were very dirty, and just a lot of questions were coming out about Limited again. So that did not help calm my nerves, to say the least. It's been a very stressful week, I'll just say that much. Just trying to sort that whole mailing situation out. No one's fault. Except the post office, because what the heck happened? Yeah, I would say that this situation in question with the Shantae Advance was worse because WayForward only did the pre-orders for the physical release because it was only on GBA. It still is. But the game itself was through a company that has some very shady business practices to start. And they didn't announce when the carts were going to be shipped. So it just showed up at people's houses. People were concerned about that, wondering if that was actually going to come to their house or not because things change in a year. And then you get the whole Oblivion thing, and that was handled way better because it's shadow dropping as a digital title. People can buy that whenever, it's fine. You haven't purchased it yet. A shadow drop like that is fine. But don't shadow drop a physical release of a game that someone pre-ordered a year prior. You don't do that. You give people proper heads up it's coming out. So I don't know what's going on at WayForward. These past few years, being a WayForward fan has not been great because there's been a lot of weird management, and they've been doing some weird crap. Alright, let me look at this stage here before we go any further. So Spagonia Night, Document 1, Movie 4, Illustration 24, 79... Movie 9, 77, 15. Okay. That's everything. Dude, Marley, I don't blame you for hesitating to pick up a physical copy of anything. If you're wanting a physical copy of any WayForward game right now, it's stuck behind the Limited company, which is really terrible. The Run has a really bad reputation. And it's only been getting worse over the years. So, I would just not. They announced today that the Gex Trilogy is getting a physical release through Limited because it's ramping up for its summer release. And I'm just like, cool, I'm just going to get it digitally and be happy. Because I am not wanting to buy from this company anymore. I've had way too many bad experiences, and this whole Shantae Advance thing was the final nail in the coffin. Speaking of, buy me a coffin, because I just died. So much for that being an invisible wall. And like my bad experience is like mostly post office, but it's also the whole it has used parts in a cartridge thing. Like that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, I don't even know if this thing is going to be good for longer than 5 years. And for it to cost as much as it does, that is not ideal at all. So that just does not fill me with confidence. Still waiting for Yakuza on Switch. That sounds about right. Because again, that company takes at least a year, maybe longer, for them to ship out anything, which is disgusting. I don't care at this point if I can't get a physical game that's only through them, because it's just like, I can't anymore. This company has just wronged me too many times, and wronged the community too many times. The CEO is a legitimate sociopath. I don't want to support a company that just has so many bad practices like this one. It's to a point where I'm finally just saying I'm done. I just can't do it anymore. It's just way too much. And I know the community feels the same. Like, it's been a vocalized thing for years. I mean, my latest video I put out as a short of the Freedom Planet 2 physical release, that bombed, and I know why. It's because it's from Limited Run. Nobody wants to bother anymore with them. No one wants to see their stuff. No one cares. Because of all the bad practices that they've been under for years. They're irrelevant now. People just do not care. And they actually make fun of you if you buy a limited product, which, a little much. Don't do that. Is there, like, no box or something I can grab? I'm looking for a thing I can use as a stepping stone, because that was a secret item. I don't want to go too far forward. Oh, leave those. I might be able to use those boxes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't blame you, Marley. If you don't feel confident with your orders from any stuff at this point from Limited, I would just recommend you cancel, because you can do that, get your money back, and then at that point, don't even bother reordering from someone else or like a... Well, actually you can't, because again, they keep on getting exclusivity rights from all this crap. So, it's just not worth it at this stage. Most physical games are essentially just keys anyways nowadays. It's not like you're missing much. And if that's the video I'm thinking of, Matt, thank you for linking that. That's a great video to watch. If it's the documentary one I'm thinking of, talking about all the crap from Limited. Okay, that's got to get moved a little closer. Hey, there you go. 5-head. Yeah, that is the one I'm thinking of. Alright, cool. Yeah, check out that video that Matt linked if you haven't already, if you're not sure about what's going on over at Limited, because TLDR, it's a lot of bad things. Funny thing, that's a follow-up video too. Like, that dude made a video about Limited Run like 3 years ago. That was exposing all their shady practices with the physical release scheduling. And then 3 years later, it's like, here, hold my beer, me, because I found more evidence of how this company's terrible. I like how the game has not told me how to use my shield yet. So it's a good thing I just know what to do, because that is an attackable move. I think I need another box. That's why I didn't destroy the other one. They really make you platform for a lot of secrets here. Yeah, I'm exactly in the same boat, Marley. I'm very disappointed a lot of companies still, for whatever reason, go with Limited. I don't know why they do. It has to just be raw profit. Because they're like the company that keeps on securing all these physical game publishing rights, which means they're the most popular one for company standards. So we just keep on getting the same crap over and over because it's just like this endless loop. Companies have got to just take a chance with someone else, and as soon as you do that, it'll put this company out of business easily. There's no reason why we're still, to this day, trusting a company with this bad of... Oh, that's what that was. It was a trap. Well, it's a good thing I did what I did. We should not be trusting a company with this bad of a track record at this point. Like, 100%. Yeah, also, that was true. I remember, Matt, you told me there was an issue with the Tomba stuff from Limited, too. It's like, one mistake after another. They keep on following up. Dude, is that a stretched Sonic? Don't mind me really quick. I'm just gonna... I'm not stretching this time, by the way. That was me not understanding what my hotkeys were earlier in OBS. No, I properly upscaled this aspect-wise. They stretched this image in the game. That's a very elongated werehawk. Don't do that. So this is beat down. Grab with the R, then they press X or Y. So this is just his slamming move that he has by default in HD. Alright, let me look at all these collectibles. So it's Act 2, so Secret Movie 5, and Illustration 70, Illustration 38. Okay, they, for whatever reason, put these out of order, and that made me think I missed something. Don't do that. Well, that was an easy secret item, literally in the first area. Cancelled. Proud of you. I'm proud of you for not supporting a sociopath. I hate how I have to say that, but here we are. Oh, man. Why can't they stop? At least kick the dude out, like, of all things. Just at least get rid of, like, the main people in charge of that company. And maybe we'll see things change. But as it is currently, we're never going to see change if things continue. Yeah, I would probably do that, Ethan. If you're planning on getting the Yakuza stuff on like Switch, it'd probably be on sale at some point. Sega does a lot of sales for their games, especially like the Yakuza stuff in general. So that'll probably just be on sale at some point soon. I got a couple Yakuza games like years ago on PC for like $5 a piece. So when they're on sale, they can be on a pretty hefty sale. Hang on. I need to do this really quick. There is a path over on the right I can't go, but I don't know if I can get to it from here. No, okay, I can't. Take me back. Really wish I can walk slower while barely holding the stick, because that's my like slowest walking speed. So on this stage, that's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from there, Marley. Yeah, it does suck that, again, this is what we have to deal with if you have to get a game physically. It's going through a company with like the shadiest business practices. But also, if you want the product at all, it's your only choice, so... It's like, if you don't really need it, I don't blame you. It's one of those where you might actually just be better off not even bothering with a physical and just go digital only. That's how I feel, because that's just ridiculous that, again, every company seems to go through limited for some reason still, and it's constantly been shooting companies in the foot. You should be seeing the way forward PR staff right now. They are in panic mode because of the GBA situation. It's not been great. So they have to do damage control for another company screw up. And that just like seems to happen every time a company goes with limited. So again, why are we still doing this years later? That should have killed me. Holy crap. Yeah, when an indie company releases their physical with Fangamer, an angel gets its wings. It's not even just Fangamer, to be fair, but that's like the big one everyone really does appreciate more than anything else. I don't know if I go any more forward? Probably not, because there is secrets in the beginning. I probably have to get them just from going up. Yeah, so there's the gate, so I'm gonna go back. Now I know where to go to continue. What's nice is without too much combat in this stage, we get to hear the full night theme. It's one of the best in the whole game. Nothing beats Jungle Joyride Night though. Like that piano piece, just can't wait until we get there. Either version. Can't wait until we're there in either version. Cool. Now how do I leave? Get back here. I want to leave. Because I can't jump over the wall. So you gotta come back. Yeah, see, like, there's so many companies when you guys bring up, like, other names in the space. There's so many other companies that do physical releases right for games that are just digital only, so why are we still just going through limited run for some reason? I just don't understand it. Like, there's IM8-Bit, there's Fangamer, the Microdes people that you're talking about, Marley. There's so many other names, I just don't know why we still, to this day, trust the company with the worst track record for literally every major release. It's so baffling. So for companies to constantly do that, I don't think they're reading the room. And they need to, because it's costing them some really bad PR. Yeah, Sega especially. Like, Sega's one of the big ones that really leaned on limited for some reason right now. And I don't know why. Almost every one of their major games now has had some kind of collector's edition to limited, and it's really bad. Thankfully, at least Sega themselves still put out physical games properly, like in the market, so you don't have to get the physical through a shady company. You just go Best Buy or something, just buy off the shelf, because they produce it themselves. That would suck if that was the case. Alright, where is this other key? I missed it somewhere. Oh, there it is. I see it. In some ways, at least for the porting job, you're probably right on that one, Marley. I know a lot of retro games have gotten revived from limited. I'll at least give them credit there. Putting the money into some of these retro revival projects has been nice. So seeing certain games being brought back to life because of their investments, that has been a positive thing in the scene. But every time they do a physical release, it has always been them tripping over their foot. Every time. I swear, they tripped so much, the hospital must have them on like a freaking flyer list. Oh, that's a new combo. It's kind of terrible in this one. It just doesn't reach the enemy. Like at all. Holy crap. Now get the wizard out of here especially. They're the worst to deal with.
How do you like that, huh?
How was that still an S? I didn't know what I was doing for half the stage. We take those. Alright, let's do a fact check on the items now. No level there, that's fine. So for this, Rooftop Run 3, so that's movie 12, document 2, and illustration 20, as he's not able to talk. So we're good. Ooh, a sun door back in Apotos is now opened up. Alright, we finally have one of those secret areas to explore. Oh, here we go. This is our one and only exorcism in the whole game. This is a constant theme in the HD version. You're constantly taking pictures of people to free their spirits. Not here. Wow, why is that building like a blinding white in the background? What is going on with the bloom? It's like someone cranked it to 12. More bloom than Wind Waker HD. That's saying something. That's why I want to know how they rendered these scenes to make video files. Because what is this?
Wow, it's a carnival of creeps out there.
Spagonia, an instrument. No, Patrick. It's a QuickTime event. And that's the exorcism. It's just a QuickTime event. The only real time we do a QuickTime like this, to be fair. Because QuickTimes are in stages, as you saw in some day stuff, but it's very, very far and few between. It's like press 3 buttons, you're done. In this case, 3 button sequences in a row and you're done. There you go. That's the one and only exorcism in the entire adventure.
Hey!
Yeah, we'll play more Fatal Frame when we're playing the HD version on Tuesday. But here it's like, no, I'm done, man. I don't like Fatal Frame. Stop that.
Ah, that should calm things down a bit around here. Chalk another one up for Sonic.
This part still always creeps me out. Why is Professor Pickle hiding behind a plant and he just randomly pops out? It's like the creepy old man watching you from down the street.
Tell me what's happened to him? Please, tell me everything you know.
I'll happily explain everything over a plate of cucumber sandwiches.
Alright, let's go back to the lab. Back to the lab again. I like how in this version, Amy actually apologizes for not understanding that you're the real Sonic. Because she doesn't do that in HD. She's like, oh my god, you're that thing? Like, she just makes fun of you more than anything else. Runs we see, just like, oh, we ship in December 31st, 1969. How do you do that? How do you get a date that far off? Sorry, we shipped that like 50 years ago. Hope you found your package. How do you do that, man? Come on. Your system's so busted. Alright, Chun-nan. Everyone's favorite continent. That's right, we can flood the economy. We can get infinite experience. What do you mean none of those glitches work in this version? Oh. Alright, we're going back to the Gaia Gate. We got something to do here. I'll wait to explore until the ads on Twitch side, though. I'll be kind on that one. Gives me a chance to even catch up on some stuff in the chat, too, for my own sake. As I will say, I appreciate the whole turnout I've had for both the HD and the SD versions of Sonic Unleashed this week. It's been a really good turnout for both. I'm glad to see people are excited to just watch all the Sonic Unleashed stuff. I was a little worried about doing a back-to-back like this, but it seemed like it was a good call. Yeah, I don't blame you, Ethan, for being more cautious about the limited release for Clock Tower and just importing it instead from the Asia market. That was a really good idea. Because it's the same game at the end of the day. You just don't have to deal with the hassle of ordering from a company it takes a year to ship anything. And I've always worried if I ordered something through them and changed my address, could I even change the address correctly? If you want to change your email through Limited, you have to submit a ticket through them. And the ticket, you gotta wait for someone to respond just to change your email address. It's so terrible. Like, why don't you just have a change email button in your account? Like, there's so many things they do wrong. Ridiculous. I just harp on them. If you like their stuff, I don't blame you. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on that. I don't like the company myself, but it's a thing where it's to each their own, because some people will still swear by them, and it's understandable. Just know what you're buying. Just be educated. That's all I ask. Ow. Alright, so this is our first Gaia gate we can actually get into. And it's a night section. You can tell because it's purple. I believe these sections have a like pop-up that shows up when you're done, saying you got everything, so we should know if we're done in one of these sections or not. So there's a secret soundtrack. I don't know if this one has that extra life. Oh, here's a swap point. The random beam of light allows you to turn into Day Sonic. So soundtrack 47. And is this a life? No, it's just soundtrack 4. And we're done. Okay, so there's your pop-up. Congratulations, you did everything. Now leave. Thanks. Appreciate it. Ah, you're back in the werehog. Now fall down this pit, forehead. It locked up the control. I couldn't do anything. That's the only one we have. So those keys will tell us when we can go back. Why are they doing another Bubsy collection? Great question. Why can't we let that stupid dude die? How we keep on bringing back the Bobcat? Stop. No one likes Bubsy. It's been very vocal since minute 1. Why do we keep on bringing him back? Dude, I booted up my PS4 the other day, and I saw Bubsy in my collection of games, and I just forgot they made new Bubsies until I saw that again. I'm like, oh, don't remind me of that crap. Like, it was not a good game. And I remember, I remember when they were making another one, which was an endless runner from the same people who made the Bit Trick games. I remember tweeting out a thing saying, why? Because I'm pretty sure no one wanted the first Bubsy reboot. Why are we doing another one? And the devs literally, like, not the devs, the publisher, they literally messaged back saying, you don't like it. We swear. I don't remember the Metacritic scores being that great, so I don't think others did. It's the first time I had a company literally reach out saying, nah, man, you'll like this, I swear. Really trying to push their product as a good PR situation, but it failed. Yeah, why, again, with Star Wars, why have a lot of those Star Wars games going through Limited for, like, their retro revival products is beyond me. Disney makes all the money in the world. They can hire any other company to do their publishing for physical stuff. I don't know why they go with Limited. Oh, it's probably the tablet for the Gaia Temple. Yeah, Moon Tablet. Marley, that's what I was saying. Is anyone asking for the Bubsy stuff? But apparently I had the publisher say yes to me. Lying through their teeth. Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. Like, again, to go back to what I was saying before, I don't care if you like something from a company other people don't like. So in this case, if you like the Limited stuff, that's on you. It's all your prerogative. We just want to make sure you're educated. That's all it is, because I'm in the same boat. I wonder, are we gonna... No, we probably won't be to the same part by the time I want to stop playing the Wii game tonight. But I almost feel like we're going to be very similar to where we stopped in the HD version on Tuesday. Because we stopped right before Cool Edge Night. And here, once we complete this stage, there should be a boss after, and this continent's all secured. So it's like 2 day stages back to back. And then another boss fight. Okay, this stage I played recently. Because I played this in the PC port. which is a really good conversion of the stage. Very 1-to-1. Like, I think normally that's like a moon medal or sun medal in the HD version when you play in the mod. That or like a 10 ring. They don't have those capsules in HD Unleashed. Yeah, I can agree on that one, Marley. It's a fun conversation to go back and talk about some of the retro stuff, especially for preservation's sake, because there's a lot to talk about there when it comes to just digital and physical regards. I really do appreciate what GOGs they've done over the years for the PC side of things. Like, they've done a great job preserving a lot of older games. I wish more companies would take that initiative seriously, because most don't. Like, one of the worst companies about it is probably Nintendo. Like, they fly out every console generation. They keep on starting scratch. The Switch is one of the very few times that a sequel system's coming out, they're not starting from scratch on stuff. This is a rare sight. Because I would have been really irked if they make us buy or subscribe to another service to get Super Mario Bros. On the NES for a 20th time. Like, can we stop? Well, they finally learned their lesson on that one. And even then, it's probably just because of the Switch 2 being very much like a Switch 1. If this thing was any different, they would make us buy the game again. I can already feel it in my bones. I still need to pick up the newer version of Croc. I know that's like GOG exclusive, so I'll probably end up just picking it up on that platform when it's on sale at some point. Because I have the PS1 version. I've only played a little bit of it. It's a good game, I just haven't sat down seriously to play more. I think that version specifically with the remaster would probably be my excuse I would use. Okay, I don't know why sometimes his claws go yellow. Like, makes me feel like I'm getting a critical strike or something. I heard him grab as he died. It's my favorite. I thought I could make the jump. Then I couldn't, so oops. At least the enemies here are still defeated. I don't know if that saves my rings, though. That's gonna be a concern once we get to the ending. We'll find out. I can't climb on top, but no. I want to stick up here because I think I can see in the distance there's a capsule. Oh, so much for that. I tried to jump, but the game just ate the input. It's just experience, so it shouldn't matter. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about the GOG games too, Marley. Yeah, you get the original version of a lot of games too if it was a DOS game. So, like, you can play, like, a newer version that works on newer computers, or also, like, go back to the old version if you want, which is cool. Plus, it's all DRM free. It's great. Because sometimes you just don't want to deal with internet check-ins.
There's a big door over there. But how do we open it?
Okay, so I have to open this in this version. That's just unlocked in the mod, so now I understand what this whole bottom section's for. That combo's so weird in this version, because when you do the dash attack, when he's doing the claw swipes, it's actual claw swipes in HD. And this one, he's just using his fists. So, instead of like this, it's like... Running punch is a lot more goofy. Imagine the modded version of that stage. Probably has like a medal down below, because there's no reason to jump down there. I gotta play the modded version of this again to see. Because this has a great conversion to the Unleashed Recomp. Well, not even Unleashed Recomp. It was made for the 360 version, so you gotta do some funky tricks to get to work on PC. Oh, it was only 10 bucks? I didn't know that. Cool. I just look into it. Or unless we talk about a different game, Breath of Fire. Oh, I'm just seeing it now. Yeah, Breath of Fire. That's what it was. Never mind. It's like, wait, GOG's already putting the Croc game up 10 bucks? That was fast. Alright, Unleash level 2. Now I can use more than Unleash meter. I'm still shocked they haven't taught me how to use it yet. Weird. Alright, so let's see. That's movie 13. Illustration 84. And I'm missing 81. So I'll make that a note. Alright. I'll go back for that later. I know where I'm going. Okay, nothing on the right. That's why I'm going to the right. Hopefully there's nothing else up on that ledge, because I fell really fast. Why does this section remind me of one of the levels in Sonic and the Black Knight? Oh, I saw that. Yeah, there it is. I don't know, maybe it's just a texturing. Because that game was whole medieval style, not in, like, feudal Japan. Which is not even Japan, it's like China. Dude, why is grabbing things to throw at enemies in this version just the worst thing to do? At least it's nice in this version, you don't have to wait for your meter to fully fill up to use Unleashed. Because in the HD version, you gotta wait for that to fill up to a certain peak. But here, you got like 1%, let her rip. Oh, actually, it's not working. There you go. So you do need a lot more than I was expecting, but still barely anything. No opening. Okay, so that's nothing. Now you heading out. Alright, well, thanks for stopping in tonight, Marley. And also a lot of those little nuggets of information you dropped. Definitely tell a lot tonight. You have a good rest of your day. I was wondering why that was shaking. That was just bad graphic texture. I love just walking down the field and then just randomly having guillotines in the middle of the forest. That's a style. Does kind of feel like there's a little bit of a delay in grabbing a lot of stuff in this, but I heard that delay is worse on PS2. I do believe that that game has like a worse frame rate, which means that a lot of your inputs could just sometimes be dropped. So I don't know if I would want to play that version if that's the case. I've watched like a comparison like a couple weeks ago between the Wii and PS2 to kind of just prepare myself for this. And it's like, yeah, not really that much different. But it is like, yeah, PS2 is just a definite downgrade, which is not a surprise. Like, if a game was on anything before the PS2, you know, the PS2 version's the worst. Even when it was new. Like, if it was on GameCube or Xbox, then those versions were better than the PS2 versions. Because it was just, the PS2 is very underpowered compared to everything else. But yeah, it just had, like, all, like, the big hit exclusives, so it didn't matter. Most people still stuck with the system because it had good games. A lot of good games at that. Dude, can you, like, climb the rock, Sonic? Thank you. Dude, same, man. I'm really excited for that new Kirby stuff. Do we know when the Switch 2 version's coming out for that? I don't think Nintendo's said yet. I don't know what would be there at launch, but I would think launch window of how much they've advertised it. I'm really looking forward to it myself. As soon as it comes out, I'm probably just gonna end up picking up the upgrade, like, almost immediately, because I love that game. It's a fantastic game, and I want to see what else I can do with it. I think August? That's not that far off, because it's only 2 months after the Switch 2's out. So that's still pretty close to its launch. Because I know Mario Party Jamboree's upgrade, we know when that comes out already, because it was a physical release, and that was like July. Well, to be fair, I think there's a physical for Kirby as well, it's just I haven't checked it. A lot of game pre-orders are also like selling out pretty fast on retail sites. Because of just how fast the Switch 2 pre-order situation was to begin with. Holy crap. I love how we live in a world where bags are sold out. It's just like, my god, everyone scooped up things when they could for a Switch 2, including the minor crap. Okay, it's August 28th, so that's only about roughly 3 months after the system came out. That's pretty good.
Maybe they've got tuna inside. Sorry.
I get it. I don't get it. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind if games are a little, like, spaced out when the system first come out. Like, you want some games to be on a brand new system when it releases. You just don't want everything on the system when it releases. Oh, that was fun. Thanks. I didn't even mean to do a running combo. I held up to move up. And Sonic had, like, the run. Because that's the problem having double tap to be your dash. Because it's so easy to activate by accident. I don't like that. I wish you could just hold a button to dash, but no matter what control scheme you use, that ain't happening. +1 for the HD versions, I guess. That's why it's going to be so great to see these levels fully ported over to the PC version, because, man, playing with the PC's better control scheme would really help these levels. Like, they're good as they are now, but the controls hold it back. I can't believe that's still an S after I ran off a cliff. How? Alright, well, let's see if that's all of the collectibles. There's more health, definitely want that. We haven't been close to dying yet, like in HD, but could happen later. Alright, so 68 illustration 78, illustration 27, and I missed movie 6. Okay, so I'll make a note of that for later. There we go. I don't blame you, Ethan. I mean, dude, so much has come out in the past, like, couple months, I would say, for, like, big gaming purchases. Like, you want to pre-order Switch 2, You have to get an Xbox Series X before they jacked up in price. Oops, sorry, they did now, buddy. You have to get maybe PS5 to make sure that doesn't happen. It's like, I hate modern society. I hate modern pricing. And the games being more expensive. It's like, I don't blame you. I'm in the same boat, and I've already done what you're talking about now, buying like maybe like 1, maybe 2 titles here and there a month, if that. Even then, I've skipped a lot of months. The newest game I bought this year has been Donkey Kong Country Returns, and that was in January. Here we are going into June soon. Like, it's like first week of May. First full week. So that's it's got a bad track record. It's got a bad track record for new releases. But it's also because everything is getting way too costly and I can't keep up, and it's kind of impossible. I don't fall for FOMO. So I prefer waiting for most things, either on sales or until I can actually afford it. And that has really helped me over the years. Especially in this year when, you know, everything has ballooned. Yeah, no, Doom comes out soon, too. Honestly, I'm going to probably end up getting an Xbox Game Pass just to play the new Doom, because I'm not bothering buying that. I got burned twice with Doom games. I don't want to bother buying it at full price, because I know, like, a month later, it'll be, like, 20, 30 bucks tops on Steam. So I'm not willing to take that risk. Instead, if I want to play it now, just get it on Game Pass. Because the Game Pass sub, it's, like, depending on your tier, but the lowest is, like, $12 a month, which is very reasonable. Nice. I will say, they haven't advertised the new Doom until now. I've only now been seeing ads for, what is it called, Dark Beginnings? I can't remember its title. That's how bad the advertisement's been up until now. I've only heard about it recently, but until then, it's pretty much just been silent to me past release. So that's not great. I've been noticing a lot of games have had an advertising problem as of late, where they just kind of forget. Either almost like a lot of devs are expecting games to, or publishers even, are just expecting games to sell on word of mouth alone, and haven't been putting as much focus in the advertisements until the final hour. It's really starting to show. I thought that did not put out all the fire, and I would have been really confused. Doom Dark Age, so I was right. Okay, thanks. It's just like I say. Oh, is it Dark Trial? Either way, it's Dark something. That's why I was confused. I'm in the same boat, Ethan, and that's why I'm gonna get the Game Pass sub to play the new Doom, because my laptop came with it too, and it's good for like a year. So it's like, I'm just gonna activate this subscription of Game Pass when Doom comes out, cause I'm good. I've had that subscription sitting in my redeem list since October, so it's like, yeah, I know what I'm using this. Oh my god, it was close. Plus, I can use it more than maybe the average folk, because I'm like one of the rare breeds that has an Xbox. I can play some of those games on the Xbox One, right? You know, Matt, maybe you can answer this, because I'm talking about the Xbox thing. I mean, it's not worth $600. I will say that much. But let's just say at the older price, at $500, is that system even worth it? Because I've heard so many people say no, just because there's... Where are the games? Insert the Will Smith clip of where are the video games. Because that is true. But if you're playing Game Pass stuff, I hear it's worth it. Ooh, I love that backdrop. That looks so cool. I was gonna say, how do I get back? Thank you. Yeah, it's just an enemy that takes me up. That would take me back around, but that's better. No, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's really not if you're not heavily into the Xbox ecosystem, I'd say at this point. That's a fair answer. You're not wrong, yeah. PC can do basically everything Xbox can. The only thing it can't do is play original Xbox and Xbox 360 titles. That's basically it. Oh, see ya. Same with PS5. That, again, what I've heard too. If anything, the PS5 is more worth it just because of their exclusives, and even then, you maybe have 4. It's not much better. Oh, it's our first Titan. I was wondering when these were going to show up. One of these is in the very first night level in the HD version. Get out of here. Oh, cheap shot. Hope that's everything. It should be. If I'm missing like one item, it's got to be somewhere near the beginning. It can't be near the end. I'm calling that now. Okay, there's nothing here. Cool. That's what I was thinking myself, Matt. Like, if you have a 360 library, physical or digital, it's probably worth to have at least some Xbox 4. If you have more digital games, then you're better off with a Series S. Just hands down because of the price thing. Even at $400, it's a little pricey, but it's probably still a decent investment. And yeah, looming, dude, that already happened, which sucks. Like, I hate how it's already jacked up. Alright, let me see. What do we got here? Illustration 53. Soundtrack 19. And that is it? Oh, I missed 2 things here. A movie and another illustration. How else do I watch my Pixar flick compressed into the worst quality possible in Sonic Unleashed? I must collect it. Honestly, Ethan, I would recommend if you can find a decent used deal on a Series S, I would go that route. Because it seems like people do a pretty good job maintaining their systems, so if you find a used one, it's fine. You are definitely saving a lot of money if you go that route, like half of the cost. I see them still listed on eBay for like 200 tops. So if you're feeling comfortable on getting used, it seems like if you want an asset at a cheap price, that's how you're doing it nowadays. Yeah, I agree, man. Right now, it's just a bad time to be in gaming, period. Doesn't matter what system you're talking about. Because everything's too expensive, hard to get, and not worth it in price. So, yeah. We're in the bad timeline. Dude, this boss fight's so much slower in this version. Holy crap. And that bird is very purple. It has, like, no other color. It's just purple. Oh, this quick time's still the exact same. And it's just a much faster sequence of buttons. But it's the same thing. Yeah, I would say, like, look into that for the future if you really wanted a Series S. I wouldn't do it now for very obvious reasons. I would rather focus on the new system, because the Switch 2 is most definitely going to be worth it, just because of the library alone. Whether it be because of the backwards compatibility or even the new titles, it would just be worth it, 100%. I know a lot of people disagree, but a lot of people don't understand the meaning of scam right now, and they're calling the Switch 2 a scam. That's not a scam. That means you literally didn't get a thing when you ordered, aka ordering from Target. Now that was an actual scam. Oh, Barrel's already back. Neat. Nice whiff. So that must be a charge attack? Yeah, he's shooting out all these missiles at me. And by missiles, I mean his feathers. This fight is so slow in this version. I can't even grab this ledge. It's because of the camera angle. It's terrible. Because it wasn't in view, the ledge didn't have its collision to grab. There you go. Debating between getting remaster on Switch 1 or 2. I would say if you're getting that radio remaster, I would probably go Switch 2, just because it will be probably the better experience, and it gives you use of your new system. If it comes with a Switch 2 upgrade, it would make sense to get the original Switch one, but I've been hearing so far for games that are going to be on both systems, the cart should work both ways if you get it physically, and I imagine digital has to be the same. A lot of it we don't know when they say stuff like this in company's sake of like, oh yeah, this will work on the old system, but we haven't seen it in practice yet, so we don't know what that means. Nice. If it's going to be a keycard thing for Switch 2, I can see why you're thinking maybe for Switch 1. Because, yeah, a lot of third parties are just going the keycard route. A lot of them are being a little lazy and cheap when it comes to the physical release. They're just opting for the cheaper solution of the cart, just being a key. I don't know if that counted. It didn't seem like it counted. I'm just going to chill here. Seems like be a really good idea. Okay, cool, that counted. Can I wait here for the barrel? Yeah. Nice camera. Oh my god. I love seeing my stomach. It's a great view at this time of the year. God, man. Okay, good. I didn't fail any QTEs. I'm afraid of going too fast because my brain is like, wait, is the A button on the bottom and on the right? Because I've been flip-flopping between Xbox and Wii controller. Give me that experience. That was a bad rank, wasn't it? Because he says not so hot, that means like a D or C. Ooh. Yeah, C rank I think is the worst rank in this, so that was a terrible fight. We will come back when we have more strength then. Because I might be able to trim down the health bar faster. Hi. Where did you come from, Mr. Zonshen? You kind of showed down nowhere. Alright, so it gives me my third continent tablet, which means now I can go restore this planet's peace. Got the bloom! Why is it so aggressive? This is hurting my eyes, actually. Wow, is this bad? Who cranked up the slider to max? Don't do that ever again. It's legit so bright. Starting to get a headache. I'm not joking, that's not a bit, it's real. Let me catch up in chat. I want to respond back to things when the ad was running on Twitch's side. I wanted to pause it, but I was out of snoozes. I don't get that one until like 9 minutes. So apparently the keycard system is mostly Nintendo's way to appeal to indie games. Unfortunately, that caused a nasty side effect where now a lot of big name publishers like AA and AAA games are, yeah, going to take advantage of that whole system. It's a cheaper way of making a game. Well, we're doing it.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
It really does suck. Unfortunately, there's no way to punish AAA games for using the keycard instead of a physical game. So, if they want to go that route, there's nothing they can do to stop it. It's unfortunate. Got an ad for the Doom game. Well, hey, there's a reminder of what it's called. Because I still don't remember. Doom the $80 games. Accurate title. Okay, that sandwich kind of looks bad in this version, but that's because I'm running this through a very compressed FMV. But other than that, it's still a really nice looking sandwich.
Complete. Progress is significantly behind projected timetable. Presumed cause of delay is Dark Gaia's dispersion across.
Yeah, so far there's only 2 AAA games coming out on Switch 2 that we know of that are fully on the cart, and yeah, one of them is Cyberpunk 2077. So yeah, again, a lot of companies are taking the cheap way out and just doing the game keycard thing, which is unfortunate. Because at that point, there's not much of a reason to buy the cart if you're just getting essentially a digital game. It's better than a code in a box, but not by much. I would go that route if it was cheaper than digital, but if it's the same price, I'd just probably go digital, personally.
What was that? I'm having a bad enough day as it is. First that professor runs off with the Gaia manuscripts, and now
Oh, there's Room Factory. Yeah, Room Factory being a physical game is not as surprising, because it seems like the Room Factory games do a pretty good job with their physical releases, so that's at least some good news there.
Quiet, you junkie! That was all part of my plan, part of the big picture. Where's the fun in having my plans succeed without any challenge?
You're still an idiot, Eggman. I'm just going to point that out. Every time you say that, what's the point? In a good plan, there's no challenge. It's just your excuse of saying, I know I screwed up. Don't question me. I don't want to talk about it.
Eggman forces have currently secured all locations. Defensive preparations are nearly complete.
That'll take care of Sonic for now, which leaves the problem of Dark Gaia. It'd be difficult to
I think I might want to try to feature parry our content between the HD and the SD version right now. If it's the same situation as it was when I finished the HD run on Tuesday, I should be able to go through Dragon Road Day, Rooftop Run Day, and the Rooftop Run boss within 30 minutes. I should be able to do that, because it should just be one act per level, and maybe some challenges here and there. I'm just looking at my guide real quick to see how it breaks the levels down, and that is the case, so I could do that. I could try. Since you're back to Spagonia anyways. Because I don't want to go for too much longer. But if I can feature parry where we're at story-wise between the 2 versions, I might as well try. It's not going to be a guarantee for every session. In fact, this is probably the only time it's going to happen. But I might as well. The beginning 100% completion stream specifically for Sonic Unleashed, no matter what version I'm talking about here, my main goal is to get through the story as fast as I can to get everything unlocked. So right now I really want to focus on that story so we can get all of our moves and all of the actual missions opened up. That'd be ideal. I got the same situation here as I did once I beat the boss in Chun-nan in HD. You want to go either to Spagonia Day or Chun-nan Day, although it looks like right now they don't give me much of a choice because there's nothing here. So I gotta talk to my friend Otto. Give me that tablet. That lets me do the stuff here. For day, at least. Trying to figure out what's in the new Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. Yeah, same, because they haven't really talked about much what's different there, so it's a little confusing. It would be nice to know, because should you buy the new version on Switch 2, or is it just going to be better to play the original game from Switch 1 on Switch 2? Because who knows at this point. This kid's always hungry. Oh. He's got an item. That's not food. That's a music CD. Why do they always say there's a new thing in this location when there's literally no one at home? Stop doing that. It's a waste of my time. I don't like those prompts. And they're all over the place in these hubs. Oh, great. I entrusted someone else with an item, so please leave me alone. You could have just saved me some talking. Alright, there's the tablet. So now I can play the day stage here. So I'm going to do the same thing I did in HD, where I play Chun-nan Day, and then go back to Rooftop Run Day, because it'll set us up for the boss. It makes more sense to do this now, because of that weird order. Wait. Oh, it's the boss room, that's right, yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, I have a new mission? No, you don't. That's just the boss again. I mean, I should probably open the door. I don't know why they didn't make me come in here to open the door, because this is just Dark Gaia Phoenix again. It's only one boss per area, and this is it. I'm just going in to fact check. It's a good thing I'm playing this off a hard drive at least, instead of the disc. Yeah, that's what I thought. I need to do this again anyways, but not now. Get me out of here. Oh, they weren't lying when they said world map. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Let's go back to the temple. I think I know what dictates what form you would be in a Gaia temple at this point. What's the first stage you do in an area? That's your form. So your first stage here is night. You're a night form. That's been consistent so far, so I hope that theory is right. This stage, if I remember correctly, is one of the best stages in this version of Sonic Unleashed. It's such a cool stage. We haven't really gotten to see too much of what I don't like about Dragon Road Day in the HD version of Sonic Unleashed, but yeah, I don't really care for it as much. It's all cycle-based, which is my biggest complaint with it. I don't like a lot of the things in the level punishing you for going too fast or too slow. You're constantly having to sit there and wait for a platform to be lined up. It's a real pain. In this version of Dragon Road, that does not exist. There is no cycle-based platforming, which is what I prefer. really don't want to be boosting all over the place here. As you notice, if you do that, you're probably going to fall in the water. And water in this game, you can run on for a bit, even without boosting. But if you're not running, you're sinking. I'm surprised we haven't gotten the tutorial saying, here's how you wall jump, because we haven't done that yet. It's our first case of wall jumping. No, I missed. I love clipping through the water. It's a great graphic. You guys could have put a little more oomph into that, like proper falling animation or something where he sinks instead of just no clips through the floor. Kind of forgot about that detail. I love getting my boost level up to instantly lose it. My favorite. Did I come back for this? No? Okay. Sure! I was just wanting to skip the QTE. One way of doing it. If this is not an S, I'm resetting. I hope it is, because it's going to cut it close. We're near the end of the stage. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Alright, cool. I made a lot of mistakes, and yeah, that's still an S. I don't know how that was still an S. I'm not kidding. That sucked. What a terrible run. All right, let's see. What did we miss? I got 2 items, but I don't know which of the 3 I didn't get. 2 illustrations on document. So illustration 2, illustration 12. I missed document 10. So I will save that for later. Which means now we go back to Spagonia. After a quick ring mission.
Here we go.
They really give you a lot of time to do those quick times. Holy crap. I dragged my feet doing that just to make sure I didn't hit the wrong button. I guess it's because I missed some rings? Question mark? I don't know. That was sloppy as heck, but I got it. It sounds like what you guys are saying about the Puyo game. If it's just multiplayer tops, like they added 1 new mode, and it's just a re-release, yeah, it's not really worth it. It's kind of a shame. Oh, here we go. Don't break jars. Just like the ice mission. This is Link's worst enemy. He's foaming at the mouth just thinking about this mission. Oh man, that's how I get my free money in all the Zelda games. That was close. Good thing I have an air dodge. Good thing I didn't fall in the water either.
No problem.
I feel like that wouldn't be a mission I had a collectible in, because where would you put it? I literally don't understand where. Ooh. Chun-nan Gaia Gate has a sun door open. I guess we're doing one more thing before we go back to Spagonia. Plus, I can warp from here. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Hey, no, hey, put me back, Chip, I didn't want to leave yet. Come on, dude. I'm going back. Take me back to Chun-nan, please. I'm not done. I wouldn't expect them to have done a new story. I would just hope maybe newer modes would have been at least something on my radar. But, yeah. The fact that it's just like, really nothing but a re-release is a little disappointing. Wait, didn't it say there was a sun gate opened? I don't see it. Unless you mean a new stage, like a mission, which that's not the same thing. There's nothing here unlocked.
Looks like this door.
Yeah, these need a lot more sun and moons.
Looks like this door.
A lot more. Like, these are endgame doors over here. Holy crap. None of these are unlocked, so what? There has to be a new
Looks
stage.
like this door.
Yeah, these aren't gonna open up until another 30.
Looks like this door.
Wait, 33 and 21. Oh, this one's actually close. Oh, nothing else here, I guess. What's Spagonia? I think it's this one. I'm gonna say it's this one here on the right. I hope I'm correct. Okay, yes, I am correct. There's no easy way to distinguish, so I had no idea. You gotta know their symbols, and I don't know their symbols. Oh, hang on, this is open. Why did it say there was a thing in Chun-nan? Didn't tell me about this one. I don't know. Unless, was this the one I did earlier? No, I did Apotos. Yeah, we didn't do this one. What? Oh, okay. Nice notification. What is this? Secret Mission 1. Oh, that's probably what it was. The key I got I wasn't reading it fully. I just read the sun door at Apotos gate thing. I read that for Chun-nan. So that's how I got one of the missions. You get a secret key and boom. Now you can go do a different mission. Soundtrack 6. Oh, I think I see what they want me to do here. Just instant. Like, here, let me just turn off the night for you for a second here. This is really clunky. Just gonna do things my way. It doesn't work. How do you get up there? Oh, I see one way. That's not the way. That would have been nice, yeah, if they had like some epilogue mission. But yeah, again, I guess I'm not too surprised that's not the case. It sucks. I would have loved to have seen it. Because it gives you more of a reason to get the re-release. As of right now, yeah, it's like, what's really different? So that's like a whole puzzle. what I want to do is put this here. Yeah, there you go. I can pick up this block. You're there. And that reverses the other treadmill. So now, I go back to grab the first block. The other one still blocks off the light. So then I put the block in my hands right in front of this light source. Grab this other block, put it here on the treadmill. Yeah, there you go. Now you're thinking with blocks. And there, finally, almost 4 hours in the game. Now I'm up to 3 lives. Why did that take that long for 1 life? Takes you 10 seconds in any other version of Sonic. Just get 100 rings, man. Or pre-order the game on Wii U to get 20 for free. Except it's not free. You paid more money for this. Still one of the stupidest pre-order bonuses of all time. Pre-order a game, get 20 lives. Why? That's just as dumb as Pokemon giving you like 10 or 20 free Pokeballs when getting a game on pre-order. Just as bad.
Here we go!
Alright, now we're finally at peak. Rooftop Run Day. Everyone loves this stage. It doesn't matter what version we're talking. Both are great. I was supposed to boost. That's fine. Don't need points in this version. Just speed. I love the running on the side of the roofs and the walls like that. It's just so good. I think that would just lead around if I took the red ring, so it's fine. You want to see a cool speedrun trick? If I can do it. I think it's just... Hang on, one more time. Go up, jump. Ah, man, I don't know the lineup. You can get on this rail. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, I get the perspective. Hold back. Yeah, there you go. Kind of worked. Kind of worked there for a second. There you go. Fifth try, let's go. So clunky looking. Look, you got the point. You can jump on the rail, it saves you a bunch of time. But if you're me, it doesn't save any time. It really doesn't. I knew I would miss because of that rail shenanigan. Dude, no! I didn't know there was a collectible in front of the goal ring. It's like forgetting your car keys walking out the front door when it's on the front table. How do you do that? Sonic. It went too fast. And that was the last one. I know exactly which one that is now, because there's 3 here, and that's my last one. Now I'm mad. I'm mad. Secret document number 7. Hang on, where's Spagonia? Oh no, this has 4, so I missed something else. So secret 7? That's it. I thought I got 2 things, but I only got 1. Okay, it was worse than I thought. I'll just... Hang on. My notes are a little screwed up. There you go. Okay, there we go. Much better note taking. So I missed 3 things. I thought I got another capsule, but I wasn't paying attention, so I only got the 1 item. I could have had 2 if I was paying better attention.
Here we go!
Thankfully, ranking here are, the ranks don't exist. Okay, good. I missed what game you two were even talking about in the chat, 'cause I was so focused on the mission stuff. I'll have to catch back up here in a second. How does that count as smack your head against a wall? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, don't matter. As long as I get rings, which are right there. Oh, I see what it is. You guys talk about the Final Fantasy remake stuff. Honestly, I think it's cool it's coming out on the Switch too. I'll probably end up just playing it on PC. Because I have a PC version. So I have been wanting to try out the remake stuff, but I'll probably just start with the first game on the PC side. It's not that different from what I understand than everything else now, which is good. I was going to play the PS4 version, but then a couple years ago I got a gifted copy of the PC port. So there's that. Yeah, I'm just now just catching what you guys are saying in chat. Like, I do my best to keep up when I'm playing levels, but if there's a lot of stuff going on, I'll have to scroll back up after the fact in my Metro chat client. Yeah, he's a guardian somehow. Like, I don't think he has any significance in the HD version. And here, the dude's like the guardian of the temple. What? Okay, sure. This guy is so mysterious to me. I gotta talk to him more in the HD version. Because this dude knows a lot. He has some pretty good advice that he gives out in the HD version, if I remember correctly. Any other doors open? Doesn't seem like it. I should probably go back and check those other temples at some point. I'm not going to right now, though. We're going to do the boss, and that's going to do it for tonight. Because that's putting out a good stopping point. Next up is Halaska Night. And that's going to be a lot of night stages. I'm going to wait a second, though, since we do have an ad on the Twitch side, so I'll let that finish. Don't want people to miss out on the rooftop day boss. So I'll hold off for a little bit. I do, while I'm waiting here, I want to give a shout out to a YouTube channel, Anon7906. They made all these different videos showing off where all the items are in the day, night stages, and even the temple rooms. And it's like one of the very few resources I can find that actually gives you this much information about the secret items in this game. It's insane. There are like no good guides to the Wii game at all. This is like one of the best guides I've found. Next to like a IGN guide from, or not IGN, a GameFAQs guide from 2009 by Angnis, I think is how you say it. ANGNIX. It's like it's a custom name, so it's hard to say. Those two guys have been coming in clutch. Alright, let's do this, Zach Devil Ray. Although, it's kind of weird in this one. You hear Eggman in this creature. That's not the case in HD. Eggman's not in this creature. It's just one of his random robots. Nice. I like love tapped him. You gonna do anything that I can actually counter with, or are we just gonna play the song and dance all day? Thank you. Okay, is this the one you can't multi-hit or something? Because I would like to do more damage. That 340S rank kind of tells me you can't multi-hit. He loves saying "you little" in different voice quotes in this. Why? Okay, I need rings. Come on. We're a ring. Tired of playing a shmup style game right now. Why do you have two different voice quotes for "you little"? Legitimately, if that got you out of your attacking phase, then I'm glad to take damage. Nice random like lock-in. I was not near his cockpit. And then it just snapped me towards his cockpit. That makes me feel uncomfortable. In more ways than one. Man, this boss really drags out in this version. Wow. Because there's not much you can do here. You just have to wait for him to open up his shield. In HD, you can bait him to open the shield so he can do more damage fast. This fight kind of drags. Well, there you go. That's another continent restored. Because now we go to the temple. Yeah, boss just gonna be call you little. Yeah, just rename it. Make that petition. Is that pedestal losing its texture for like a couple frames? Because I swear I saw it blink between black and like the brownish tan color. What was happening? It lost its textures for a couple shots there. Alright, so that's another continent restored. And roughly, this is like the same pacing that HD has. So I would say we're close to the halfway point in the story. Because once we get to Shamar, that's where I say it's halfway through the game. Because that's when Pickle moves. But in this version, it's a little more complicated to say because of its pacing. Oh, now we finally get the ability to go between the day and the night hubs. Because people do have different things to say at different times. But you can't freely swap between day and night in this version until 4 hours in. I don't know why. That's a thing you can do almost instantaneously in the HD version. Once you beat the boss in Mazuri, yeah, you're allowed to swap between day and night. Nothing holds you back. Here, you gotta beat the boss in Spagonia for some reason. That's kind of weird to me. Whatever. So now the game wants us to go back to Hololska. That's our next destination, as that's where we go for our night missions. But this is a good stopping point, as it puts us at the same part. So as of right now, we're featured parried between the two different versions of Sonic Unleashed. We're at the same part in the story. I don't expect to do this again, because there's no way I can feature parry the story every single session. That's just not going to happen. So I'm surprised we did for this session. But yeah, next time we continue, same place in HD. So it doesn't matter which version you're watching for the next session of this 100% journey. We're going back to Alaska, essentially. Hololska might as well be Alaska. That's the play on name. And I'm sorry to inform you, but yes, since Mazuri is in this game, I'm never going back to Mazuri ever again in this version. I'll never be visiting Matt in Unleashed. It's just not going to happen. Well, I may go back once in a while to talk to some people, but that's about it. There's no content in Mazuri. And I know, Matt, you made the joke once before of saying, I live here, and I know there's nothing here. So, I know, same energy. You made the joke once before. But that's going to do it for tonight's session. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And we'll be back on Sonic Unleashed stuff next week between SD and HD. As a reminder of how we're breaking up the series, we got Sonic Unleashed HD on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, and Sonic Unwiished, the SD version here, on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're feature parroting because they're technically two different versions, so we're doing two different 100% runs. But in the future, I might combine two of these games in one day. It just depends on my scheduling. We'll have to see on that one. For right now, it's Tuesday and Thursday tentatively. Wednesdays, we got the Mario and Luigi Brothership series exclusive on Twitch. So, if you've been following that series, it has shifted to a different day just for scheduling reasons. Hopefully it keeps the game in a better scheduling spot so we don't have to randomly cancel it again and again and again, making me take all year for an RPG. Fixed it, I hope. So that's just the big news if you haven't heard the scheduling change. Mainly just for Mario and Luigi's sake. So with that said, that's pretty much going to do it for tonight. And before I forget one more time, because I swear every stream I forgot this, I was finally reminded that I actually have more VIP slots, because I keep on forgetting I have those. So I have given out VIP to certain members of the Twitch community that have been very integral over these past few years of streams. So you see a VIP badge next to your name, then you know you're definitely a special part of these said streams. And I know, Ethan, you're one of them here. There's another person I have as a VIP, which I need to do the same shout out next time I see them in chat too. You guys have earned those said VIP badges if you ever get one. I don't give those out lightly. You've done something to earn it, and you know what it probably is. Most likely it's those things that people say in the streams that help me get through these games. There's a lot of things usually when you guys are like good parts of the community. So I try to reward people as best as I can because I got like 100 slots of this. And again, I don't give them out lightly. So take honor in that badge. But yep, that's going to do it. I was also reminded to bring that up because I didn't mention that last session. And the one before that, and the one before that. So I remembered now. So with that, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you back on Tuesday to continue the HD version of Sonic Unleashed. We're back on Thursday of next week if you want to see the Wii one again. Take care and have a good night, everybody.